What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Bangkok STranGe live stream. I'm Dana Blue, and as always, joined by my co-host, Mike Somerville.
Greetings and aloha. Up top, let's start it out smart. Oh, yeah, baby.
What's
we are
going on,
living
my
the
friend?
dream. You know, it's funny. I got this shirt on.
Where'd you get that shirt?
It's funny that you should ask. I'm glad you did, though. I got it from a guy named Earth. And here's what I was thinking about. I mean, initially, I called it my gay Earth shirt, you know, because, of course, he's open-minded.
He's open-minded, yeah. It's a way to look at it.
Okay, let me pause that and let me mute this. It sounded great.
So, guys, do not forget to subscribe. If you're new here, have not subscribed, do not forget to jump on and subscribe with us. So today we are talking about medical care, medical expenses, the cost of medicine in Thailand. So some of you guys who were on our last live stream know I developed an ear infection. And so that's kind of like one of the reasons we'll talk about it. I'll walk you through so I've had on and off again ear infections for the past 40 years I've been alive. So
first one was like what? Like seriously, like in your teens?
Probably as a kid. Like,
okay, like 6, 7, 8 years old kind of thing. Yeah.
Before that, and then of course now you get they put tubes in your ears and stuff when you're a kid.
Really?
To like
where'd you grow up? Africa?
It's
no judgment.
Little things they puncture your eardrum and put tubes in, and so
they puncture your eardrum intentionally. I got earaches as a kid, but this was what, to drain things?
Yeah, to help your ears drain properly. Mr. Mitch, what's going on,
hey,
sir?
Hey, buddy, good to see you, man. Right on. Glad you're here.
So yeah, you'll get like these. You'll get these tubes injected into your ears, and it drains everything out, or helps everything drain, and they grow out, and the eardrum seals.
Okay.
Causes some scar tissue though. So I've had those like numerous times over my life.
Causes some scar like every single time then?
Yeah, more. Every time.
So do you just like on a regular day, is your left ear better? I mean, can you hear better in one ear than the other?
So my right ear is always not as good as my left ear.
Okay.
But that's from other trauma as well. Like being near too close to an explosion one time, like stuff like that, going to clubs.
Yeah. No, same with me, because I used to do this the whole night.
Yeah.
And so you get the headphone here, and then you get the crowd noise from here, because of course that's how.
Yep. And so that's what runs it down. So I've had ear infections my whole life. I've had them here numerous times. Now I had to have minor surgery about 2 years ago on my ear at one of the hospitals in Bangkok, and we'll talk about all the different hospitals that you have options at and all of that. Before I get into that real quick, Roger, what's going on? Thank you for coming by, good sir.
Hello, Joe.
P, how you doing, brother? So this time I didn't go to the hospital for my ear infections. I had them so many times, right? I just know I need Augmentin.
Okay.
And because one time in the U.S., the doctor refused to I went to urgent care.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working at a telecom company who had really shitty insurance.
Okay.
And it required me to go to urgent care before I could go to a hospital.
The insurance did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I have to go to like their partner urgent care, like private facility
you and then
to assess me, and then I can, if I need to go to a hospital to see another doctor. He refused to give me antibiotics. He's like, that's probably viral. I was like, I've had
probably viral.
I said, I've had hundreds of ear infections. I promise you, it's not viral.
Right.
He's like, no, take these steroids, you'll be fine.
Okay.
I was like, no. So I drove to another urgent care.
Okay.
And I was like,
part of the plan.
I was like, look, I know. It's like 30 miles more with an ear infection. I'm like, I know it's bacterial. Just give me some antibiotics. And it's like, okay.
Right.
So take the antibiotics, go home.
So you didn't go see like your PCP?
No, you can't. You have to get like approval to go see your. And plus, it was a weekend. That's the other thing when this happened.
Because people don't get sick on the weekends and all that. How convenient.
But anyway, I've always it's always antibiotics that cure.
Yep.
Like I got it once in Indonesia, and I was able to order antibiotics through the GoT app.
Oh yeah. Sure.
They brought me medicine. Right. For like $1.
We could probably do that here, couldn't you?
You could probably use Lineman
or grab delivery, right?
Delivery, yeah. So we got a few other people in the
hey,
comments
Dave.
real quick.
Thanks for coming by,
Thailand.
buddy.
Thanks for coming by. And MedTech, what's going on, guys? I missed my joke fell flat. What joke?
I didn't see any. Nothing's grayed out in the comments, buddy. I'm on the YouTube side.
Did you comment anything previously?
Put it up there, man. Put it up there. Anything you got, we want to hear.
Jokes are all good.
Yeah.
So. Oh, was he talking about maybe your joke was the one Mike's shirt's so loud I can hear it with my bad ear? Was that you? That was on the last live stream. That was a good one. And it's true. But yeah, so I've had these ear infections my whole life.
Okay.
About 2 years ago, I had a really bad one, right? And it was to the point like it was like the first time that my jaw had like swollen up so much from the infection I couldn't even close my mouth.
So the again, it's only on one ear,
yep.
right? Okay, and then basically because of the the glands get larger because they're trying to fight this thing, and therefore it goes down into the muscles that control the movement of your jaw.
It just off shifts everything. Like
so, in other words, it's like
so like Saturday, I couldn't close my mouth.
Can't close it. Okay.
By the time we finished the live stream.
Okay.
So,
like in other words, could you if you just did this, it just hurt like crazy?
No, because my teeth aren't lined up.
Oh, it's like got it. Okay.
And so
Jeez, I'm sorry.
No,
I mean I kind of want to give you crap about it because you're kind of a pussy, but it's just like whatever.
It is what it is. Yeah. So anyway, that being said, about 2 years ago, I got like a really bad one here.
Yeah.
Right. It was horrible. Like I woke up in the middle of the night, I couldn't move my jaw. And so I told Jib, I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. This is like really bad. She's like, all right, let's pick one.
Yeah, where'd you go?
So I ended up going to Chameleon, which is like a Catholic hospital. Which
really,
generally I
was gonna say.
Well, it was near where we lived. Right?
Oh,
it was
fair
the closest
enough.
one to go to.
That's good. Yeah.
And so it was, but it was also generally I try to avoid mixing religion and medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I find that to be a bad combo.
Yeah, that and government.
Yeah,
right. No, I get it.
But you know, we go there and it's like they got the Virgin Mary on the wall and everything, as you would expect. But it's all Thai nurses. Like,
totally
Thai doctors.
They didn't have to switch over.
No,
and you're pretty Buddhist.
Oh, the other reason we went there is they have a ENT specialist.
Okay,
ear, nose, and throat.
Yeah.
So go in and she's got like this long metal scope thing. You know, they put it in there and she can scope my air out.
Yep.
Vacuums everything out so she can get a clear look. And I had a cyst in my ear.
Okay.
Right, so I had to have surgery to remove the cyst.
Now, is this because you let it go too long, kind of thing, without antibiotics?
No, because I literally within like 6 hours of knowing I had the infection, I was at the hospital.
Okay, good.
And so we were there, and she said the cyst was probably just one from cleaning my ears too much, right? So I don't clean my ears so much anymore.
You mean with the Q-tip
I don't
slam?
use Q-tips at all.
You push dirt in. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And so and now I probably won't use the scrapey thing so much anymore either.
Okay.
But so she said, you know, you've caused too much damage over the years, maybe, and that kind of caused the cyst, multiple infections, right?
Sure,
all these things.
More susceptible.
So we have to remove the cyst.
Okay.
And it'll be surgery, but it's like outpatient surgery. She's like, we'll do it right here in the room. It's no big deal.
This afternoon, like that day.
Yeah.
Excellent. Love it.
So, you know, let's see real quick. I just want to check the comments before I want to see if I get that joke.
We got to know. We got to see if you have a narrowed eustachian
tube. Hate the player, hate the game. What's going on, brother? Do you have narrowed eustachian tube? I don't know the answer to that. I don't believe so.
How are you, gays?
Yeah.
Freaking awesome, dude. I love my shirt.
So, hate the player, hate the game. No, I don't believe I have that. I used to have the tubes put in my ears as a kid, but I don't have any abnormalities with my ear structure as far as I know.
Wow, Mitch. Thank you for sharing that, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that. Still no hearing in the
left ear,
on the left,
zero hearing, unlateral sudden hearing loss. Still zero hearing on the side. Doctors are clueless as to why this happened. That's a tough one, man. Tough, Mitch.
Oh, yeah. I like Roger, actually. All the BSers.
All the BSers.
I don't know. I kind of like STrangeLings, though. I like how you pulled that out.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So
tell us about the surgery.
I have the surgery. She literally goes in, numbs my ear canal, gives me a couple injections, and then goes in with this little tool, makes an incision, takes the vacuum thing in, cuts it, sucks it out, puts like a drop of glue in my ear to seal it up.
Right. Sure.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
No more. Well, obviously you're numb. I was going to say no more pain, but in other words, it was dealt with.
Yeah. So I had private insurance, right? So I go out to pay my bill because it's like your private insurance covers something, and then you got to pay whatever else. And it was 44 baht.
Dude, absolutely.
So the bill in total, the total, my out of pocket expense was 44 baht.
Yeah.
That covers the surgery, the medicine, everything.
Yeah.
My total bill though was like 2,300 baht.
Okay, still compared to the U.S., free.
That was for basically, not I did go to the emergency room. It was like this special inpatient like thing. So it was that fee plus the medicine plus the surgery.
Yeah, and then there's a doctor. So I've seen that. Yeah.
So it's like $60, and I paid $1.20.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's not a copay. It's just like, oh, this is what you have to pay for whatever.
I've got 2, 3, 4, several great hospital experiences in Thailand. Have you ever had a bad one?
No, I have not.
Me neither.
What's up, Aztec? Thanks for joining us.
Hey,
good
man.
Vibes, good
Glad
vibes.
You're here.
Yeah, so I've been to Chameleon is like now become like my sort of go-to spot. One, because it's
Where
never
is it
busy.
Physically?
It's on Tonglo.
Oh, okay.
It's never busy for whatever reason. Like I've been in there. So when I had to do my health check for my work permit, I went there like thinking, oh, you can pretty much go anywhere. There's a lot of little clinics that do it, but the little clinics tend to be sort of like unorganized.
Yeah,
right?
but the result is like I went to an unorganized one when I was down in Sha'am to get my driver's license, and she just went like blood pressure. I think she literally asked me, "Are you sick?"
Yeah, well, you have to have for your work permit. You have to have a chest X-ray, and you have to have a.
I didn't realize
you have to have
that.
blood work.
Okay, fair enough.
So when I go for the, so I went to Chameleon, literally, and this was like when COVID had first like hit hard, and so the other reason we picked Chameleon was because it wasn't a COVID response center.
Oh, so this is recently?
Yeah. So this was.
Oh, okay.
This was April when I went for the work permit.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was April.
Okay.
Or January, whatever.
Right.
But it was like. They were not listed as a COVID response. Like if you had COVID, you were supposed to go to other hospitals.
Sure, okay.
And so I was like, all right, well that makes sense. So I went in, had my full Bane respirator mask on.
You were into it.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay, like come here,
temperature,
everything, do the X-ray. 30 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah.
No problem.
So I had an earache and thought it was potentially because I was slamming the Q-tips in there to like excessively clean it. And no, Todd, you're not left out, buddy.
Boom. 360. That's your new PR, MetTech. Sorry, real quick. I just want to throw that in there.
He sends videos occasionally about that, which is really pretty amazing. That and his running, I think. I can't remember, but
nice. He's running and he's doing
he's
367 pound deadlift.
Very fit. So I get an ear infection.
Todd says everyone here is a mod except me.
Oh, that's why you said
it. What's
up,
up, Dorman?
Hey, Hugh. Good to see you, buddy. So I go to I Google it, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go over to Sukhumvit Hospital, right off Akamai. And so I get. I walk down, I walk in, they do, and it's like, during the COVID time too. It was like March or April or something. And so I go in, they take my temperature and I've never been there before. Right. Yeah. So they got to like put me into the system. I give them my insurance card. They put in everything. Now this whole time, ever since I walked in and the person took my temperature, she then grabbed an iPad and she never left my side. So she came over, she was fluent in English.
Where was Bowmangrad?
No, Sukhumvit Hospital. And so I've been to Bowmangrad. Actually, I know the CIO or knew the CIO over there, and I knew all about their infrastructure and everything. So I've been over there, and that is a world-class experience to the point where I was almost distracted by it because I'm like, clearly this is going to be really expensive. And then, I want to hear, okay, so I got treated at Bowmangrad for upper respiratory lung infection back in 2007. All in X-rays, medication, $90 total, and I get walked through the process by some really hot concierge girls. Absolutely,
yes, up top for hot concierge
big girls. Time.
Actually, Bowmangrad's known for that. Also, my buddy just had surgery there to remove a tumor, and he had a tumor in his bladder, and his insurance like worked it all out and everything, but they gave him like an extra night in the hotel, I call it a hotel, but in the hospital.
Yeah, right.
So the room is essentially like a hotel suite.
Absolutely.
You have a couch. Have,
because your loved ones can stay there. Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty wild.
Bathroom in the unit. How much did you have? Token, I'm curious whether you had
private insurance or you just paid out of pocket.
So I go in there and then they do all the thing. And so she says, okay, we'll come up to this. So she takes me to ENT, right? So I go up there, and this is during COVID. I am literally the only person in the entire waiting room. Okay. There is like 3 or 4 girls behind the desk. And of course, they're doing nothing until I get there. So they all stand up at once, right? And they like take my information. Now, interestingly enough, she asked me, she goes, oh, do you need a medical certificate? And I really didn't think about it at the time. I actually should have gotten one to see what the process was and see what it looks like and that sort of thing. Of course, 72 hours later, it would have been irrelevant, right? But anyway, so of course, so they check, okay, great. Well, so please sit down. So I sit down. I literally sit down like this, and the woman walks right over to me, and she goes, okay, come on in. I'm like, okay. So she brings me in, does, the vitals and all that, does that and says, okay, come on back and sit down. So again, it was almost like, okay, I'm on camera. Sit back down in the waiting room, and then she comes in. She goes, okay, the doctor will see you now. Now, again, of course, there's nobody there. I get it. But anyway, so I go into this one. The woman is probably 20 years younger than I am, right? And attractive, the doctor. So anyway, so I go in. So she looks in and she does some stuff, and she says, oh, okay. So she starts like pulling things out of my ear, right? I mean, little pieces does all that. And gets me all cleaned out and everything. She's put some drops in, antibiotic drops, and she goes, okay, you're going to be fine. And I said, okay, so should I like take aspirin, Tylenol if I have any pain? She goes, no. She said, you shouldn't have any pain. She says, if you have any pain, then you need to come back. I'm like, okay, which I thought was neat. And I didn't really realize it at the time, but afterwards I thought, in the US, the default setting would be ingest some Western drugs. If anything weird happens, right? So I was like, okay, that's kind of nice. Anyway, so I go over and I go to the pay thing. Now, again, this is real early in the whole COVID thing so there's like all these QR codes on the desk, no human touching and all that. So I say, okay, how much do I owe you? And she's like, she just gives me a piece of paper and there's like, it says like 1,650 baht on there or something, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I like start to pay. And she goes, no. So I said, oh, right. I can't give her cash. I need to do the QR code thing. So I like go down. She says, no. Insurance. So 0 copay. I'm quite pleased with my insurance. So I go downstairs so then I go over and there is a guy at a desk with white gloves on who, as I'm walking towards the elevator, he says, okay, stop. He goes over and with the white gloves pushes the down arrow on the elevator, so that I don't have to, I guess, get disease on my fingers. And so anyway, saw that I leave. Very similar experience. I mean, it's world class, dude, world class. And so did Token respond? I'm curious. No. Okay, yeah. Totally out of pocket as I was transiting through Bangkok while on a work assignment. So it was so cheap, I didn't even bother asking about insurance. Good for you, dude. That's amazing.
That's awesome, yeah.
At Blumengrad, you had an x-ray?
Yeah, for $90. Not bad.
Good for you. How was that recently? I mean, not that I am questioning you, trust me, but I'm like really
2007. Is that? Or
yeah, 2007. Okay, sorry, yeah, I missed that.
07. So actually, I lied. I've had one bad experience at a hospital. It was when I first got here, and I had to go get my health check done at Thomasat Hospital on campus.
Okay,
and it took a whole day.
Is it a teaching hospital?
So it's a teaching hospital. It's a public hospital, so everyone from like that area goes there. And
it's a private university, though, isn't it?
No, it's a public university.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, that makes sense. Then,
and so, like, I literally waited there for like 12 hours,
just sitting before you even saw a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't understand.
Just because there's a queue to get seen, and
right.
so they told me like, oh, you're gonna be there for a while, so like bring a battery pack for your phone.
Is it the equivalent of basically like going into the ER in the United States on like Memorial Day weekend when it's absolutely okay,
or like 4th of July after fireworks?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I mean that's. And was it during like a holiday? Or?
No, this is how
like
it
a
normally
Tuesday.
is. Yeah, I talked to another girl who had gone there she was sick, and she was there for 16 hours.
Okay, now if you enter, and because I know don't necessarily do this, guys, but if for whatever reason you're in the United States and you're in the ER and you want to get seen right away, just walk in and say, I'm having chest pains.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they will literally drop everybody. So in other words, if you came in and said, like if you had blood gushing out of your arm.
Well, if I went to the ER, it would be different.
Oh, so this was
okay. Is like the inpatient type thing.
Okay, why didn't you go to the ER? I mean, that's the default setting for people in the United States that don't have insurance.
No, it's no, because it's covered under the school's insurance. So as a student, you're covered under this thing.
Now, what's the reasoning behind that? Is it just like lack of care providers?
It's just there were hundreds of people there, so it's like
sure.
It's just that they don't have enough doctors.
That was my question.
Everyone,
Okay, and so
it's volume, right? It's like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
I get it, but by the same token, like I've been in Blumengrad before, like when it's been packed downstairs, and they literally just bring in a shitload more doctors.
That's Blumengrad, it's not.
No, I know
a university
and
hospital.
So I wonder because again, like in state-funded things, like in California, for example, there is a limit. I mean, they can add additional things, but obviously they have budgetary limits.
So I want to address this for Token Nomad because I thought that would have been the situation. However, it was not. So like the university girls, like you see the nurses who work there who tend to be a bit older, and then most of the patients are actually not university students. They're like farmers or people who live out in Patumtani. So that was unfortunately not the case.
Mm.
I will say though that Jib used to work at Simidiwet Hospital, and at Simidiwet Hospital, which is like on the level of Bowmangrad, they had like they would tell like, oh, you need to like make sure you wear makeup.
How do you pronounce it?
Simidiwet.
And isn't it like written like Simitjev or something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Simidiwet.
Simidiwet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because they have a guy in the entryway with white gloves wearing a tux playing the piano.
Correct.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty dope hospital.
Yeah, it's friggin' spectacular.
So they had like standards for like the like, oh, you have to like make sure you do your hair somewhere, you have to wear
Good.
makeup.
Right
like,
on.
and Jim said like people would come in from all over the world to be treated at the nutritional center.
Yes, big time.
And like they'd get people from the Middle East, from Europe, from the US coming in.
What is Bummengrad known? Is it heart surgery? Is that like the big deal?
Bumengrad's like I think it's like one of the top 100 hospitals in the world or something.
No, I know that, but isn't there like sort of a focus? Like, I mean, I know that
I don't know
overall it's amazing.
I know there's like one hospital in Bangkok. I can't remember the name. That's like known for the top plastic surgery hospital in the world.
Yeah,
and they do like and it's like 3,000 US to get boobs.
No, I know
it's ridiculous.
Which I mean, you
can't get a boob for that in the US.
I'm trying to think how much they are. Because I mean, I lived in Southern California for 30 years. Trust me, I met a bunch of women that had done that done, and I think it's like I think you can get it for like $5,000.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, I don't know if you know this. I didn't until I started hanging out with these girls. 10 years, you got to have them replaced every 10 years. Yeah, even like awesome saline ones, you should really have them replaced. And then girls always go 12.
Yeah,
or and that
20.
sort of thing. Yeah, I want to get to Q's comment. Mike, germs flow both ways. Maybe the guy sized you up as ... And I'm trying to think what he was making reference to. Is that me going into my when I had my ear looked at?
Maybe.
Not quite sure.
Ways. I like this one. The $25 for stitches in the foot. That's not bad. What would you do? Drop a bike in Phuket?
So I'm in Pattaya my first time, and it was 2 days before I'm about to leave. And because it was so cheap, I ended up buying a bike, right? Rather than renting one, literally, because it was with this girl and she was cute. So we start cruising around on this thing. We're coming back from Jomtien, and I've told the guys on my channel this story, but the short answer is I ended up basically losing 30 minutes of my life. Like, I'm sitting behind this truck, and then I wake up and I'm in the ER, and I got blood all over my shirt. I got blood all over her shirt. They come in, they do the whole thing with me, and then they give me the bill, and it was $13 for the whole thing. You're distracted.
Sorry.
It's all right. You're 13 years old. I get it. You get a text. It's important.
Yeah.
Is it TikTok?
No. It's... So
you're sick.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a pass.
So anyway,
you can do anything you need.
Pass. So, but I think one of the best stories I ever heard was one of my buddies he laid his bike down and got a burn on the inside of his leg. Had to have that like abraded, cleaned, and treated.
Ouch.
And they end up putting I don't know if it's like a skin graft, but they had to graft something onto it
from another part of his body, or they just pulled in artificial skin.
Skin.
Okay, that's fair.
And it was like $80.
Yeah,
walking out of the
ridiculous.
Hospital. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing that happened to me when I was in Pattaya, I did all that. They took one of those X-rays where they have the machine that like goes around your head because they didn't want to make sure I like just didn't have a concussion, but it was also like cracked. So then I fly home and I'm in Maui. And I think, okay, well, you want to do that?
Yeah, well, just keep talking.
No, go ahead.
No, keep talking.
No, go ahead.
No, keep talking.
Are you texting me?
No.
So I'm in Maui, and I'm with Kaiser, and they say, okay, we'll go to Maui Memorial. So I go to Maui Memorial. I get through the whole thing, and I go through their ER, which was pretty much the same thing as I did when I was in Pattaya. And because they direct billed Kaiser, I was able to basically see the invoice. I didn't have to pay anything, but they direct billed them. And the exact same treatment, pretty much with the same medication, $8,600. Wow. Versus 16.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, to be fair, I was not at like Bangkok Hospital in Pattaya, which is a fairly decent facility.
That's a great facility.
Yeah, I'm a part of Pattaya International. I get like a thing there, with the card and all that.
What's Pattaya International?
Amazing. I'll tell you right now, it's probably the best plastic surgery place it's right on Soi 4.
Okay.
Full on private hospital.
Okay.
I mean, it's amazing. That was the first experience I ever had with having a cute girl escort.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, of course, like those don't exist in Pattaya.
Yeah.
But the point is in a hospital. And she had, but she didn't have an iPad. She had like I don't know, 3-ring binder of some kind, and then she like be around. But that was pretty amazing.
Well,
having
you're so old. This was pre-iPad times.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, because it was in 2013.
Okay.
I had like an ear infection or something.
Aztec says, I've never needed a hospital in Thailand, but the way you guys all have stories, a bit of a worry that I don't know, have never known how to even go to one. Presume hotel would help. Oh, yeah, for sure. If you're staying at a hotel, Aztec, they'll help you get to whatever hospital you want. But if you're in Bangkok, Bumrungrad, Samiti Wet, Bangkok Hospital, Chameleon, all decent options.
Here's the best suggestion I can give, Aztec, is like, and this goes for everybody. I give this advice to everybody. Not everyone believes it's a good solution, but I do. Always have insurance. Here's the deal. I never want to make a medical decision based on cost.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to get 3, bids. I don't want to have to. And so I have a card right now. And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm anywhere and I'm hurt, I'm just going to basically say, Bumrungrad.
Yeah.
And then I want them to take me there. I want to walk in. I'm going to hand them my insurance card and say, fix me.
Yeah.
Like whatever you need to do. Because I've got like, and I'm getting even more now because of the whole $100,000 minimum US thing for COVID. So I'm getting like 5 million baht worth of coverage.
Yeah.
And I'm going to probably have an earache in the next friggin' year. I mean, again, thank God, right? I mean, it's not like I don't buy auto insurance and then get pissed that I don't get an
I've got to start shopping for my new private insurance as well. We got to take a look at that.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you right now, there's a bunch of opportunities out there. Okay, without question, it is not as expensive as the United States.
No, not even close.
I'm 52.
Yeah.
You're 41?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously it's going to be a little cheaper. For you, for the premium, it depends on how much coverage you get. I absolutely plan on doing a ton of traveling the minute this whole thing opens up. I'm going to assume that because if I go to Cambodia, I only need 50,000 US worth of coverage, but it seems like all the other countries around here need 100,000. So I'm like, fine. And of course, how convenient they have a 3 million baht plan and a 5 million baht plan.
Yeah.
They don't have a 3.17 million baht plan, which of course is all I need. But, regardless, I just don't want to think about it. And the neat thing is I did basically the same thing with Gracie, because, of course, that is absolutely her default setting when she needs medical care. When anyone in her family meets, it's going to be too expensive. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
No,
it's not.
There's nothing in the Philippines that costs any amount of money that I don't have. Get your ass to the hospital. And so, but that is a very difficult behavior to change. I don't know if you've experienced that. I mean, Jib's family is modern, and they also probably didn't grow up, poor on a farm.
Yeah, in Bangkok.
Yeah,
grew up in Bangkok.
So, so I understand that sort of thinking. But look, I got plenty of buddies in the United States that think the same thing.
In America, it can bankrupt you. I just saw a story about some guy got a bill after 6 months in a coma for COVID for $1.8 million.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, 6 months. So, okay. So, I mean, I've told this story before, and a bunch of my guys already know. But at the end of the day, 14 years old, right, in the ICU, Boston, hopped around. That was $1 million for all of that in, let's see. So what, 1980.
This is your stroke thing, yeah.
Yeah, mild stroke. And we have Harvard Community Health Plan, so of course it didn't cost anything, right?
But the price tag was $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million for everything.
So 6 weeks in a coma on a ventilator in the ICU, 1.8 million.
It sounds about right. Depends where it was. I mean, obviously it could be cheaper, but
imagine getting discharged with a $1.8 million medical bill.
Here's the interesting thing. I find it interesting that people do use the phrase "it can bankrupt you" because you don't have to pay.
No, yeah.
And it's funny because interestingly enough, I had a Thai friend. Yeah. So she's in San Diego and she goes to work. And of course, she's Thai, right? So therefore, she believes she needs to work 12 hours a day for 7 days in a row, which of course is illegal in the United States. But nonetheless, she's working her ass off, saving all this money, thrilled that she's making 15 to 20 bucks an hour, sending it all back to her family. Calls me and says, oh my God, no. She stood up, passed out because she was working too much. And so what did they do? Dialed 911, called an ambulance. They took her to the hospital. She calls, all right, send her a message. She says, oh, actually, I'm in the hospital right now. And she said, I'm about to leave. And I said, oh, okay. So then she sends me another message. She's like, the bill is like $7,400. I'm like, do you have insurance? She's like, no. She goes, what am I going to do? I said, leave, walk out, tell them you'll pay him later. And she's like, okay, but I don't have the money. I'm like, don't tell them that. Just leave. And so she gets home. She's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? They like send her a letter. I said, don't do anything. I said, you don't have a social security number. You don't have credit that you're going to ruin. I said, just never pay it.
Yeah.
Because what are they going to do? Like literally there's nothing they could do. And that is so shitty. And the reason that many, many people do that is the reason my medical care is tens of thousands of dollars per year just for the premium.
It is crazy. So Token Nomad, he says, if you get a chance, watch the Morgan Spurlock episode he did on Bumgrad. So what was the name of that show, Token Nomad? Because it wasn't 30 days, was it? I want to check that out. Stuck, jumped off a boat onto a broken bottle.
Ouch, dude.
I change boob jobs every couple of years, Max. I'm not good with long-term relationships.
I did want to let Hugh know that I saw his comment. He says germs go both ways, which is the reason why the guy at the elevator had the white gloves on.
Oh.
He didn't want to infect him.
Gotcha. Yeah, so definitely see a dentist when I get there. Dude, dentist is so cheap. However, I think I told the story on here before about getting jabbed in the face by my dentist.
Yeah, and I was incredibly surprised by that. That's
Yeah.
like going to a private hospital in Bangkok and getting shitty care.
Like she just missed my face completely.
That's bizarre.
So Miss Tech, hey, how you doing, Miss Tech? She went to a ER once in Phuket for $20.
Which one?
Yeah,
Central Festival. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, okay.
Dorman wants to know where you're getting the COVID insurance.
From my provider here, it's Pacific Cross, and you can get it from anyone here. I mean,
I think you sent me your guy's contact info. I'm gonna have you send it again because we're shopping for Jib and I.
No, it's fine.
Even though I have Social Security insurance here.
Oh yeah, because you pay taxes.
Yeah, I pay taxes.
Which means you get to go over to Thammasat or what is it?
I'll go to Chula. Like if I get to so you get to
what was that hospital you went to?
Thammasat Hospital.
12 hours.
Yeah, but I would pick Chula because
Chula would provide you with social insurance.
It's a public hospital.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Is the wait as long? Or?
Yeah, probably Chula Hospital. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I just figured. Yeah, they all are. And yeah, I mean, again, if absolutely something bad happened, and one could argue that like you have it to take care of the absolutely crazy, things that, oh my God, you break a leg and you don't want to spend $25,000 kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you were absolutely hurt and needed to be taken to the ER at Chula, your insurance would cover all that too. And they'd bring you right in. You wouldn't wait 12 hours.
Correct. If you go to the ER, you go to the ER.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty decent.
We got into a motorcycle accident once. Jib went to the ER at Thammasat and
right in.
There's no money.
Yeah.
Nothing out of pocket.
That's good.
And actually she was working at TU at the time. So like her boss came over and like made sure they knew she was working there and took care of everything. So we were working at the faculty right next door. So Joe asked, how much for insurance for someone like me there? So Joe, like, I don't know if you have any like pre-existing conditions or anything, but like, if you don't mind, how much is yours generally?
Okay. So
for the year.
Yeah. So my first policy was 38,000 baht. And that was
it's about 1,200 US.
Yeah. And I want to think what the coverage was, though. It was definitely not 100,000 USD. I believe it was 1 million baht. I know it's $1 million baht because here's the thing. You may not know this guy. His name's Kevin Thailand. He was a vlogger for a while. Great guy. Many of the guys here on the thing will know him. He's out of Pattaya and he got cancer.
Yeah.
And he didn't have insurance. So he went to Bumrungrad once, I think, but for the most part, he got his treatments done at Bangkok, hospital, Pattaya or Bangkok hospital. So I thought, okay, well, that's decent. And his entire treatment for cancer was 1 million baht. So I thought, okay, worst case scenario, I get freaking cancer.
Yeah.
I'm going to need at least 1 million baht worth of coverage because I'm not going to Thammasat.
Yeah. Yeah.
For outpatient. And so that was the reason that I got it. The only reason that I'm upgrading it now, I would submit I'm probably going to have to end up paying about 50 to 60,000 baht. But again, I don't get deducted. Like here again, I don't want to think about it. I just want a card. So I get zero deductible, which a lot of people are like, that's ridiculous. A lot of people will self-insure for outpatient. No, I want to pay one guy, one thing. I want to get a piece of plastic. And again, all I want to do is I want to walk in anywhere and say, fix me.
Yeah.
So
for me, it's not much less than your 38,000. Mine's usually about 32.
Really?
Yeah.
So I guess between 40 and 50, there's no big. It's probably like once we get over 60, then it probably gets really expensive.
Really hikes up,
which is why at about 61, 62, I'm going to start smoking. Probably do blow again, and then just like double click on that.
My buddy who's 60, he pays 5,000 US for his insurance
once a year.
Yeah.
150,000 baht.
130.
Okay, so I had amazing insurance when I was back in San Diego, and it cost, and the majority of it was paid for by my company, USD, but I still had to pay out of pocket with everything, and I also had like long-term that's another thing you don't get around here that you need to get in the United States, long-term disability and all that BS. So it was still about $450 a month out of my pocket.
This is interesting. I also went to a doctor in Vietnam for the same thing. She didn't speak English. I didn't speak Vietnamese. We were Google translating each other. It was super insane. She said I had eye herpes. Oh my.
Eye herpes? Where is that? Because you shove your face
correctly, clearly
into your girlfriend's?
No, she's saying that it was a poor translate. Yeah, Google translates a motherfucker, or can be.
Joe P, $2,000 a year. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, it's
insurance here. I get to be $500 a month and $5,000 deductible drop. God damn.
Yeah, I'm not a deductible guy, but and again, you could argue that like I'm wasting my money. I'm paying for the ability to only think about insurance once a year.
Broke my COCCYX.
Coccyx?
I don't know what that is. I
believe that's like your tailbone. Is that accurate?
Didn't remember the cost. Coccyx, maybe.
What if there were only a global information network where I could like
viral conjunctivitis, eye herpes?
Oh, viral. Nice. Yeah.
Same, but different.
What's that? Pink eye, right? Isn't that what that is?
Is it pink eye? I think so.
I'll tell you, it's funny how many comments that Miss Tech makes to get grayed out.
Joe P's like $2,000 per year.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, here's the deal. $2,000 a year is a Westerner over here, unless you've got. Now, again, it's funny because you said we're pre-existing conditions.
So here we go. Sam Lewis is great. He's 67. He only pays $110 per year for insurance.
Yeah, coccyx, tailbone.
Yeah. So
how much?
$110 per year for insurance is 67.
60.
Not bad.
Yeah, but again,
so what's going on, Sam? By the way, how you doing, man?
It depends on the coverage, right? Because I mean, again, a lot of times, regardless of what you have pre-existing conditions, they're just simply not going to cover it anyway.
Yeah.
So you can go with like 30 different, oh, my insurance is going to be more. No, it's not. In fact, it'll probably be less because they're going to cover less. That's the downside to the whole. But I will tell you guys, if you're getting insurance, I mean, if you don't get insurance, it's one thing to not tell anyone you have pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
I would argue that telling your insurance carrier of the pre-existing conditions you have is probably a wise move. And not lie on the policy, because the last thing you want is actually you get that invoice and then the place says to you, oh, by the way, they're not paying because you didn't tell them that you were a chronic smoker and you're a smoker.
Yeah.
And they're like, so that whole lung cancer thing, not going to cover it.
Actually,
whatever.
Yeah, the whole thing with me, like whenever I've done the insurance, the questionnaires are like essentially it's like the honor system. It's like, do you have this? No. Okay.
Well, it is, yeah. But then when it comes to paying, it's not. It's the lying system.
Yeah, but it's like, for me, it's never been anything I have. So I'm just like,
absolutely, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. Like based on the behaviors I was engaging in my early 20s. I mean, the fact that I don't have
the fact that you don't have eye herpes.
Yeah, the fact that I don't have penile conjunctivitis is actually a really freaking blessing. That's huge, man.
So yeah, don't forget the copays, the usual 20% co-insurance fee. Yeah, so here copays are not really a thing. Like,
well, you can do it. I mean, dude, my insurance would be $20,000 baht a year if I paid the first $5,000.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're talking like. So like the copays here could be like, essentially like copays here could be like 100 baht.
Well, again, it depends what you have for insurance, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but if you want to pay the first 5,000 out of pocket, Well, so that's the other thing. I think my buddy's insurance was so high. He's in his 60s. I think his was so high because he has so many pre-existing conditions. He's like 350 pounds. He's had cancer twice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Poor guy. That's too bad that he didn't. I'm overweight.
Yeah. As am I.
I like donuts, right? And
I like pizza.
Yeah. And I will tell you that I really hope, because I'm gonna get into ketosis actually next week. And I have these special shakes that I take. It's like almost a medically supervised diet. I got to make sure.
This is the one that you were talking to Tony about?
So yes, that is the one that I went through Kaiser, and I'm going to go through a very similar one here. And the good news is I've been through it before, so therefore I know that I need to take my blood pressure every day.
Yeah.
And I can like literally just walk down the street to the guy with the friggin' white gloves and the piano and get a blood test there for like, basically less than $100 US. Well, I can have it done under my insurance. But the point is that I need to make sure as I get into ketosis that I don't lose potassium. That's the one downside to that. So I need to make sure I need to potentially either take potassium pills or
So I take potassium supplement. And I also eat a lot of fruit.
Why do you take the supplement?
Well, just because to get extra potassium.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I'm not sick, so now I have to eat breakfast because I tried taking my medicine yesterday without breakfast.
Yeah, that must have.
And like I was telling Mike before the show, I felt like I was going to puke for like 20 minutes. It's like, God damn, Jib was right. And so I ate a little bit of oatmeal.
I hate when my wife is accurate.
And so, yeah, but usually, like, because I'm only once a day, I take a full range of supplements, and then I have a drink that has extra potassium in it as well.
Yeah, I want to do the drink. I mean, Miss Tech mentions like bananas and spinach, and I would submit that you probably love bananas.
I love spinach.
Do you like hold the back of your head when you?
Yeah, but it's my natural reflex.
Attaboy. Yeah,
one bite.
Sure.
I can, actually, so the bananas here are short and fat, so I can definitely one bite them.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
There's a banana
when
here.
the camera goes off, I got a little thing I want you to do.
There's a banana here that tastes like vanilla ice cream.
A banana that's here?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the small ones?
It's the small one with the red skin. It tastes like
I've never seen the red skin one.
They're very rare. You can get them like up in Isan.
You know they barbecue them? Have you ever eaten one of those?
They're fantastic.
No, they taste like shit. They're like either that or I had the wrong kind. It was like dry. It had like no banana taste to it.
The caramelized sugars in it. It's so good.
Oh, okay. Well, clearly I didn't order the right one because this was disappointing.
Absolutely.
Good to know, Miss Tech. I will if I do get muscle cramps, I may be having actually low potassium now because I wake up and my shoulders kind of hurt, but of course that's because I walk around all day in a friggin' backpack and then I sit at a chair that's almost as bad as this one back at home.
So I have,
dude. If you
guys
have
these like $5 IKEA chairs in the studio,
and you overpaid.
Yeah, so I had to put them together. They didn't come made. So, but I bought these like thinking like, I'm gonna do like maybe 30-minute podcasts from the studio. And actually, one of the guys was commenting that the sound panels are at different heights because I never anticipated these panels being
in the view
in frame. And so, yeah, I do want to redo this back wall at some point, but yeah, I should get us more comfortable chairs at some point.
As far as the aesthetics go, I get that as far as the same height and that sort of thing. But don't forget, I mean, the idea behind sound dampening is that you don't want it the same everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the problem is people try to make it look nice. And it's like, how come yours looks like shit, but there's no friggin' echo?
Well, that's the whole point of the shelf here is that it adds color to the room.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
like they have these sound dampening boards that you can put on the wall that just are different heights of wood.
Yeah, they're like carpet on the front. We did those in the studio.
Well, no, they're just you can have wood and it creates a different contour to the sound. Right. So the whole idea, the one thing you don't want is like really hard like glass surfaces everywhere. That's very difficult.
Well,
to
and again, concrete walls. I mean, that's why I get the echo in my place.
Yeah.
Which is whatever. It's a drag, but I actually need a better microphone.
Yeah, like when you're always so I'm sick now. I'm on antibiotics, so I find that lifting is too strenuous for me when I'm on like powerful antibiotics. But essentially, I lift weights every day, do push-ups, curls, kettlebell swings.
Every time I've had some degree of recurring annoyance medically, I've been able to find a solution where I don't get it ever again. Is that not an option for you?
What do you mean?
With your recurring ear infection?
I've never it. No matter what I've tried, it just always comes back. So.
There's no ERT person that says, well, here's the solution for that. I mean, unfortunately, it involves along with surgery. I mean, you could lose your hearing. It's like, screw you.
I've gone through like a few different surgeons, like really, really looking into it. And
it just comes and goes.
It just comes and goes. And they're like, we don't see anything that's abnormal in your ear that would cause this. So.
Is the treatment they gave you where they puncture the friggin' eardrum? Did that exacerbate it?
That was when I was
because when she said, "Oh my God, look at all the cuts you have in here," right?
Well, they always know like I've had tubes in my ears when I was a kid. Yeah. When they look at my eardrums, they see all the scar tissue. Yeah.
I got a slice on my eye one time and my cornea.
Really?
Yeah, literally, it's crazy, right? I stood up. I was at school. I stood up, grabbed my paper that I was going to hand in, and I sliced it right across my eye. I got a paper cut right across my eye.
Yeah.
I was amazed at how quickly the eye heals. But this is interesting. So he gave me these drops, and they were, believe it or not, they were called eye cane.
I can't.
And the minute I put those in my eyes, zero pain.
Yeah, it was cocaine drops.
Yeah.
And that's what they used to use cocaine for originally, as anesthetic.
Well, trust me, that's what I used it for as well.
But for life.
Yeah, basically.
So actually, before we keep going on, because I have an eye story as well from one of my friends, but MedTech, I would argue that anchovies are the most underrated pizza topping out there. A lot of people will hate on just the idea of anchovy.
Yeah, because they've been told it's gross.
But such a flavor enhancer. Like you want a salty umami boost to your pizza, anchovies all day long.
To be fair, though, it's just like anything, right? I mean, in other words, steak can be awesome unless you buy it, from a guy in the back of his pickup truck who just basically put it under the sun. And so I've had decent anchovy pizza, and then I've had shitty anchovy pizza where it's like, oh my God, this is just a line of salt in the form of a fish.
Well, I think when high-end anchovies and it's done right on the right pizza, all day.
Yeah.
Like when it's done right with the other right ingredients. Like I don't think just pizza anchovy by itself is a winner.
As a guy, and I love the way you just said winner, by the way.
Winner. Winner chicken dinner.
Nada winner. If you are the vegan guy that you are that can't eat milk, lactose and all, what is on your pizza?
So my favorite pizza, and this goes back to growing up in Rhode Island, where pizza strips are a big thing, just dough and sauce. And so Paula makes the marinara pizza, which is dough and sauce.
Okay, so the dough though has to be like the gluten-free stuff for you, right?
No, I can eat gluten.
Oh, you can? I didn't ever go. Okay, so they basically use regular flour, although in flour there's eggs, right?
No. Pizza flour is flour, salt, water.
Oh, okay. So that's easy.
Yeast.
Okay, so you basically are eating the same dough I am.
Yep.
And then the sauce they put on it is the same thing that I, unless of course I get meat sauce, but marinara.
Well, Paolo they only do the marinara and their cream sauce.
Okay, so then you get that, but I get extra cheese. You get no cheese.
No cheese.
I believe when we were there, you got vegetarian cheese.
So the last time when we went there together, I had the ortolano, which is like their potato pizza.
Okay.
So it's like they put like a vegan cream sauce with like vegan cheese on it.
Is it a velvety cream sauce?
Yeah.
I just like saying that.
So velvety
cream sauce.
Like my voice.
My God, that's like velvety cream sauce.
So I'll get that sometimes, but my go-to favorite pizza is just a straight marinara pizza. So just sauce and dough.
Oh,
and
really?
That just beckons back to Rhode Island, where that's like a thing, pizza strips, which is dough and sauce. They cook it on a flat pan, a square pan, and they just slice it into strips.
That's
what I grew up eating, and I love it. Yeah.
So did you grow up like eating pizza, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I'm lactose intolerant, I can't eat cheese pizza?
So I realized I always ate I love cheese pizza. I love cheese in general.
Copy that. Yeah. I get it.
It's like crack, right? But
actually, just so you know, crack's not like cheese.
Mike would know. So, but
I love when people make that statement, especially guys like you that have literally smoked one joint their entire life, literally, but you know what I mean.
More edibles.
Yeah, edibles,
I've never smoked a joint. I've taken a bunch of edibles though.
I smoked a couple of joints when I was using drugs, and I was like, who the fuck would put this nonsense in their body? Give me another friggin' gram of that white stuff. Jesus.
So, but
anyway,
but yeah, cheese is just phenomenal. But in my 20s, I developed lactose intolerance.
Okay, so you just were like, oh my God, I feel like crap.
And so from my mid 20s to my mid 30s until my 30s, early 30s, I was essentially lactose ignorant.
Yeah, right. You're just why am I feeling like crap?
No, yeah. I knew I was lactose intolerant.
Oh, okay.
I would just still eat it.
You were lactose denied.
And in Cleveland, there was a restaurant that served just grilled cheese, and I would go there and just smash these massive grilled
cheese, dude.
Oh, and they would do them up. They're just straight up American. Some people would call them gourmet. However, I don't think you can call a 6,000 calorie sandwich gourmet.
No, it has to be 7,000 to 8,000.
So, but really good sandwiches.
Okay, so because for me, when I compare pizzas, if I'm gonna find number 1, number 2, number 3, it is a cheese pizza with pepperoni. To the point where they cook it, where the edges of the pepperoni curl up, and
that's
they get
the best
a little
way
bit.
To have the pepperoni done, when it gets
exactly
when it cups.
Extra cheese though. Like they do that, and
Yeah.
then the last few seconds, because of course the oven's at like 750,
Yeah.
800, right? Then they throw another layer of cheese on it, and then they give me the pizza.
No, I disagree. I don't think that
you disagree for you. I'm telling you what I like.
I don't think it's a good idea to have the cheese on top of the pepperoni.
Okay.
Only because it mutes the pepperoni flavor.
False.
I think you double the cheese under the pepperoni,
Mm-mm.
and then you get the pepperoni just.
That's good, but of course you don't eat meat and you don't eat cheese. So how the
Not
hell
anymore,
could you
but
possibly know this?
I used to,
and then got sick.
Well, so the cheese is definitely what got me sick. But yeah,
This is Mike's version of judgment.
There used to
of
be a
pizza.
spot in Boston called Pizza Ring that sold the double decker.
Where was that?
It was there was
Brookline?
No, there was one
Street?
on Huntington, and there was one in Cambridge.
Huntington
on
near
Western.
Northeastern?
Yeah.
Because it sounds familiar.
And they used to have a double decker box. And it was like a little bit thicker than a normal box. They put 2 pizzas in there.
Because we called it like the cock ring or some juvenile like that.
Yeah, of course.
Like I would do basically today at the same rate.
Let me get a double cock ring.
Ass explosion. I just look up at the screen and all I see is Miss Tech with her ass explosion. Was that grayed out?
Yeah, I don't have it here.
It takes a while to. I don't know. That pisses me off about StreamYard too, but it's right beneath Mr. Mitch's big time flavor enhancer salty delicacy when he talks about so it's interesting. So it shows up here. See, this is what bothers me about StreamYard.
So where am I compared to you?
Right there. So it's big time flavor,
whipping,
and then Herbix, but ass explosion, which is not grayed out on Miss Tech.
Yeah.
Doesn't show up in StreamYard.
So interesting.
And that pisses me off. StreamYard should not be doing anything other than showing me exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all right.
That's unsettling. Unsettling.
I'll tell you exactly why that bothers me, because of course Live My Ass Off is a very viable YouTube channel.
Yes.
But no, YouTube believes that I guess is the gateway word to real vulgarity.
Gateway. They think you're showing just double anal.
Yeah.
Which is another thing you need to visit the hospital for.
And I gotta tell you, I mean, I'm not against that. You know, I mean, if it's necessary to do anything single, then you could probably do it double.
Ass may be a bad word. I got ass though.
You got that? You're saying that, but you didn't get the comment. Interesting. No. Very cool.
Here's the other thing that with coming to Thailand for guys, especially with medical care, right? Our age, well, your age especially. I'm getting close
to the retirement visa age. Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm saying to the I'll always have my O, so I don't need. I'll have my Thai wife visa. So
that's fair. Yeah.
But you will always have the of course you need to get your yearly prostate exam. Asian doctors with their skinny fingers.
Over 50?
Yeah.
Because I know that I had something that was really, really painful in my lower gut, and it was like diverticulitis or something like this. They thought it was. So I had a colonoscopy, but I also had an endoscopy, right, where they go down the top. And it was in my mid to late 40s. And he's like, well, it's a little early, like for your first,
but your prostate, they finger in and just like.
How does it go? Because the more I hear it, the more I like it.
So the finger in the ass. Yeah. They rub their finger along your prostate to check for texture.
Yeah.
And then if there's any texture, they know there's an issue.
Why do you know this so well? I mean, I know your fingers are a little brown. Is that a problem?
No, so I know this because I remember my grandfather explaining it to me in vivid detail.
Boy. Yeah. Here's what you got to.
When I was like 18.
Yeah. You're like, no, I'm never going to be 50, Grandpa. Screw you.
Fuck that.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Die young, leave a mildly attractive corpse.
Right, with a real untouched virgin asshole. I don't know if I've had that.
So over 50, I think you're supposed to have it yearly. But I know the uncomfortableness of having a sausage fingered American doctor do it, because when I was a pro fighter in the US, after one of my fights, I shit blood.
Oh, so they thought like internal bleeding, maybe?
Yeah. So
is that what the cause?
Yeah. Ouch. But it wasn't severe, right? So I guess they know by the color, right? Like if it's bright blood
or like deep brown. I've heard of that. Yeah.
And so mine was bright. It just ended up being like a surface, like a surface term
healed on its own kind of thing.
And so
anyway, he had to go. How does it go? Okay, fair enough.
So I go to my doctor and I'm like, I went to him for my physical as well,
right?
And we made an appointment for after the fight at the physical.
To meet for dinner?
No, for me to go for a follow-up appointment.
Got it. Sorry, I didn't know you got really involved with him because of his.
And so I didn't get that at the physical. I came out, he's like, so any issues? I'm like, well, you know, obviously a little sore. I was like, I took a lot of body shots, and then I did shit a little bit of blood. And he's like, bright or dark? I was like, it's bright-ish, I guess.
Right,
like, I don't know really how to explain it.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
It's ass blood. Standard ass blood.
He's like, all right. He's like, let me check to make sure like there's nothing ruptured serious. I'm like, all right. He's like, drop, bend over.
Right.
He's like, deep breath in, deep breath out.
Oh, you know what? I'm trying to think. I remember I was in this room because, I know I had like polyps or something back there. And I remember I had to like lay down and do the bend over thing. And they have this special thing in front of you where there's like two like straight little, and you like hold on to those. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they go up and I don't know. I think they were doing an x-ray.
So Thai prostate milking. So, yeah. Yeah, well, I'll say in Thailand.
Google that just to see what the result is.
Doctors have very skinny fingers, man. So you get it done here. Much more. My Armenian doctor. No, you're Syrian. My Syrian doctor from the U.S. with his sausage mitt.
Sausage, yeah. Sausage
like double
fingers.
XL glove type dude. Definitely was not feeling that.
Yeah, I like Miss Tech's comment. Moral of the story: don't tell people when you shit blood.
Correct.
See? Proactive Ms. Tech. I'm a big fan of her.
I had that mic diverticulitis, not fun, to end up having a reaction to a cut of my 10 inches of
my God, Todd. I'm so sorry, buddy.
That's some Brock Lesnar shit. Like, he only ever ate meat, developed a really bad case of diverticulitis. So a lot of it gets caused by lack of fiber moving the food through your gut.
That was pretty much, their diagnosis. What was crazy is I honestly thought I was having an appendicitis like every day for several days.
So actually, because Miss Tech is a fighter, you ever bleed out of your orifices?
Well, she's not going to tell you. You see, the moral of her story is just between
you and I. No one else on the internet will know.
Yeah, I mean, just post it in the chat, and then we'll just copy and paste it.
Because Muay Thai is incredibly brutal, especially to the body.
I don't know why you guys do that.
MMA, not so much, right? And so that happened in an MMA fight, but she fights Muay Thai, which is
now I'm thinking that basically every single fighter, regardless of the type of fight, is doing it so that they could possibly get a finger up their ass.
Possible.
Yeah.
Joe's talking about the doctor checks it with
nice.
Oh, Miss Tech. Miss Tech.
Yeah, you're very lunar in that way, aren't you, sweetie?
Yeah. Calendar with some semi-regular occurrences.
Oh,
God, she gets me. Not what I meant, but yeah, I meant as a result in the immediate aftermath of a fight.
You know, I got to tell you, I feel for women having to go through that. If I were to get a headache for 1 hour every 28 days, I would literally have a freaking frontal lobotomy.
Yeah. I mean, to deal with it frequently would not be fun.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the ROI?
None. Zero. Especially like imagine having, so it lasts like what, 40-ish years? Or I guess
maybe
30-ish years, because they start in their teens.
Yeah, I think it's more like 50. I don't think you get through the menopause thing till you're like in your 60s, right?
I don't know. I'm as not a woman. I
don't remember.
But imagine if you don't, like, if you never want to have kids either. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be other things related to it, but
I have heard though that because so I remember when I was growing up, like some of the girls that I would hang out with, they were like kind of like tomboys, you know, and they would like be really into sports, you know, and they would not have their period because they were like working out or something like that. There's one girl, gymnastics, man, she was so cut that she would never get it.
Gymnasts are just I know a girl who's a marathon runner. She doesn't get her period. She's an ultra runner now. So only her turn. You know what? Yeah, all my injuries have come from BJJ or grappling as well. Like
BJJ. So you're involved in BJ,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
and you like having after a fight.
So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is that most of my injuries, like my broken fingers, toes, dislocated joints, have all come from BJJ or submission grappling. Wow.
That statement right there. If you just joined us,
yeah,
trust me, it's all about pornography.
that was the last episode. You feel for
7%.
Women going through that. Please, Mike, LOL. It's their deserved punishment.
Whatever. Yeah, you're getting laid this weekend.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah, all the women
Yeah,
are blowing up his phone.
absolutely.
A little bit of empathy.
How come you go to Thailand? Well, because basically I pissed off every other chick here in Australia.
So Miss Dex says menopause around 50s.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Good vibes.
Lose your period 7%. Nice. Okay.
You lose your period if you are below 7% body fat. So I guess that's why the girl who's an ultra runner, she doesn't get hers.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And she runs insane mileage daily.
I bet.
Eats like crazy.
No,
so
she's
I'm so jealous.
Well, yeah, incredibly fit.
Yeah, she spends 8 hours running, or training in some way every day.
I have a friend in Florida. She does marathons. Yeah, I get it. Gotta go. Might be back.
The refrigerator due to Polster's calling, and it came back to bleeding orifices and Mike being okay with a lobotomy. I guess I'll scroll up.
Yeah, I mean, stick around.
You came in at the right time.
What's the worst thing that could happen, man? I mean,
hey, Roger, man, be good. Hope you get back. Mr. Mitch, understand. We got you. Yeah, the 7% under that's tough for a woman, especially tough to get to.
I mean, again, unless they're extreme athlete, I guess, right?
Yeah,
or anorexic.
It's tough for anyone to get to, but for women, I believe there's anything under 15 is incredibly unhealthy for them. For the most part.
You know, it's funny because I was part of that diet thing that I was telling you, so Kaiser, right? And so you go in and basically you're starving yourself effectively because you get into ketosis and you're doing like 600 calories a day, basically 5 to 6 shakes a day, and that's it, and water, tons of water. And as part of that, you weigh in every single time you go in. And guys, oh my God, dude, they lose the weight really fast. Yeah. And I felt bad because some of the women in there were like 300 and 400 pounds. Like they would come in with the walkers because they couldn't support. Yeah. It's sad, right? And anyway, so I started losing weight. And the other thing too is that when someone says to me, okay, you just need to do like one thing versus you have a choice to do something else, it's like, no. You need to if they ever said to me, Mike, here's the thing. You're going to need to do cocaine like just once a week. Impossible. Mike, just have one drink. No. If I can do something 110%, I'm good at it. So when they're like, all you can do is have 5 shakes a day. Done. Right. And everyone else, I went to my daughter's wedding and I had a salad, or, there was cake and champagne toast and all this. And I'm like, look, and because we would be in a circle, going around, kind of, I guess group therapy to some degree. And they would get to me and I would be like, look, I don't know what to tell you guys, but why are you wasting your money here? Yeah. And you're not going to want to hear this because when I came in and I got weighed and we would walk by each other, they would give me shit. This one fat chick, she's like, hey, skinny. And I'm like, hey, large Marge, why don't you stop eating fucking cake at every goddamn wedding you go to? It's hard. I get it. But
women don't lose weight because it's for having babies. So the body fights fat loss.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you want that energy store, right?
Dudes can just drop it like nothing. Yeah. I will tell you, literally, if I change my diet in one day,
Miss Tech, I just dropping it all.
We're good gainers. But I'll tell you, I mean, if I change my diet from yesterday, I wake up in the morning, I will usually have lost 1 kilo.
So I jokingly saying if I put in a good day, cardio wise, and my diet's on point, I can drop 1 kilo in a day, easy. Yeah. Actually, if I'm really on restricted calories and I hit cardio hard, 2 kilos.
I think for me, it's laziness, but it's all, sweet tooth too, whatever you want to call it. But I know that I hate cooking. Absolutely. I don't do it. I literally turn on my stove to heat water to put spaghetti into it. That was the only thing that I do anything other than
easy. The nice thing about Thailand, you can go out and eat and get a pretty decent meal.
Yeah, and I don't. I get fried chicken and sticky rice, and I should get vegetables.
Fucking delicious.
It is right, as are donuts, But the result obviously is that I'm overweight.
When I got to my lightest, when I was running a lot and I ran the half marathon, I would eat essentially somtum and sticky rice every day, twice a day.
Oh yeah, I'll blow you right out.
And I think I told you that Jib was when we first started dating, was right when I was still running quite a bit. I was going to try to do a full marathon, but I ended up, my knees couldn't handle the longer training runs. And Jib sends me a Excel spreadsheet with my daily intake of food and all the nutrients I was missing.
Yeah.
And she's like, you really need to start varying your diet.
Yeah. I think for me too, I mean, I'm really susceptible to like seasonal affective disorder and that sort of thing, which is one of the reasons why I left New England big time, because it got dark at 3:30 in the fucking evening in December. But like even the cold, like anything below 70, like in San Diego, that would bum me out. So I'm good over here. So like the whole vitamin D thing, I'm not in the big need for that. But you know what's funny is I love like spinach and all this. I just don't want to have to friggin' make it.
I love so usually I get spinach from
Mr. Mitch is pregnant, by the way.
Yeah, he says he looks. I love to get my spinach from Villa, and I'll cook it in the wok. So Miss Tech's got it right. Chicken and Morning Glory with fried egg. Yeah, the Morning Glory.
Dude, big time.
The Morning Glory here is phenomenal. Yeah.
And if I could get that with the ease with which I could get chicken and sticky rice,
dude, just go to Soy 95 on your way home from here. Oh, you leave here in the afternoon.
It depends when I leave. Yeah. I mean, that one's closed up. But I mean, again, it's not like it's But I just need someone to like take that. I get real lazy when it comes to it. Because here's the thing: I do not live to eat. I eat to live. If I never had to eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom, that would be my freaking fantasy life.
Well, you could drink that. Was it Soylent?
So I tried that actually. I was a beta tester for that stuff, and it's not flavorful.
Yeah.
But again, it was designed to be, meal replacement, and that's what I like. I'm getting these shakes.
The sticky rice is insane. It's 100 glycemic index. It pretty much is. If you ever go to Isan, like it's what they eat all the time. Instead of regular rice, everything's with konyao.
Right.
So with sticky rice, and it's
how do you say it?
Konyao.
Konyao.
Yeah.
I could have sworn the woman, because she teaches me like a new Thai word like every week or something like that. I swear she was saying kinyao.
No.
And the way that I heard kinyao used is that you're a cheap Charlie. Is that accurate? Is that the word kinyao? You're cheap? You're a cheap prick?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you guys know this? Have you ever heard that? You ever like sit in a bar and like some guy next to you or whatever, he's like trying to bargain a girl down to like 57 baht or something like that, like be a real dick. Kinyao. That's how I heard it. I'm not sure if it's accurate.
I don't know, but kanyao is
kanya. That's rice. Good to know. Okay, good.
Like sticky rice, mango, kanyao makmong.
I'll stick with kanya. I'll do one a day. More than one word.
More than one
I
word,
am in bad news bears, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What is Morning Glory? Oh, Miss Tech answers them. Yeah. Water spinach. Yeah. Morning Glory is a great vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a green, that's like, it's probably one of the better greens to get here in native Thai greens.
Everywhere too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real easy to get.
Yeah.
But I love the egg thing.
Cheap. The way they do the crispy, so I can cook the crispy egg now for jib. So like the trick is you have to have enough oil to like almost submerge the egg.
Well, yeah, it's almost floating in it, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of
And then you got to do it in a wok.
Why is that, by the way?
I think just the way it cups and it gets the oil.
The heat.
You don't have to have as much oil to get as much coverage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also the way the wok heats, like kind of because the fire comes up on the sides, and you get the wok hay, according to Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger says it, so it must be true.
Wok hay.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm never one of these guys that, God, I can't wait till I really make it and I make my own house. And it's like a 6-bedroom and it's got an amazing kitchen with like a Sub-Zero in it, a bitchin', one of those like 6-burner, awesome. I'm like, no. I will hire somebody to make me food.
You can do that for like 20,000 baht a month here.
Less than that.
Well, I mean, like a full-time live-in maid/cook.
Yeah, I don't think Gracie. Well, yeah, I have one of those. The problem is that chef of mine lives in the Philippines right now, and I can't ship her back here.
My wife gave me diabetes.
You know what's interesting about the diet I was on?
What's that?
Is that all of the people, not even it was type 2, right? But they no longer had diabetes. That's an awesome sound in the background, by the way.
Sorry.
It's all right. You little fidgety?
So, yeah, if you get...
You didn't want a massage?
Yeah, I do.
Show me to go... I mean, teach me.
So, if you get the... So, a lot of people, their diabetes reverses on a diet. Like, the same thing happens...
Well, if it's type 2. Let's be clear.
2.
If you're born with type 1.
Type 1, no reverse.
Right, it's
But
sad.
Same thing with the vegan diet. Like, if you ever see, like, Dr. Eselstein has a group at Cleveland Clinic. It's the same thing. If you go on his restricted fat vegan diet, a lot of people reverse their type 2 diabetes.
I just actually thought of I was off my blood pressure medication. I don't need blood pressure medication. Dude,
up top.
Yeah, I'm back on it because I like donuts. And, so that's unfortunate, but I'm looking for, it sounds like Miss Tech could possibly be, wait, what? Kind of crunchy and a great flavor texture.
Banned in most of the U.S.? Wait, why is it banned in the U.S., Miss Tech?
Morning Glory is?
Do we have a answer on that?
Not morning wood.
Stuck in Florida. I was thinking something completely different.
Morning glory seeds are sick. What?
Okay, now I'm going to get me some morning glory seeds.
How come like you and I are in our elder years and we've never heard that, especially after being in Thailand this long?
Miss Tech is
yeah, like her.
Correct. We put people on blast. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Not morning wood, bro.
Completely different.
Hey, we should get Miss Tech on the show.
When she's gonna come back to Thailand. She can zoom in.
Yeah. Where's she at?
She's in Chicago. She said last time. When are you going to Mexico, Miss Tech? Soon?
She's got an 8 a.m. meeting, but basically she needs to hike up her friggin' skirt and hang out on the show a little bit longer so we can ask her some really pertinent questions.
You guys have a great night. Have an 8 a.m. meeting in the morning. Be kind, but not totally.
Yeah, she gets us.
I love Miss Tech.
Thank you for coming by. Anyone,
it's an invasive weed. That's why it's banned. There are many varieties.
LSD? The 16th? Seriously? The 16th of October you're coming back?
No, she's going to Mexico.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cave diving.
You know, it was funny. So Grass showed you those pictures. Gracie, not diving, right? Yeah. But she walked into
spelunking.
Tons of they looked like a ton of mosquito bites, but they weren't mosquitoes. So I don't know what she got bit by, but it took like 3 days for it to finally go away. Annoying, really itchy.
Jaegers, right? That's what they call them. Later, Miss Tech. Have a good night.
Ciao.
Enjoy your 8 a.m. meeting. Damn, it's morning glory's invasive. Yeah, but you know when I was out on Coquette, I told you Jib and I did the homestay on Coquette.
I gotta do that.
And don't do the homestay. We'll do it for a day. We'll film it like we talked about.
Good. What how close to BTS is it? What stop would it be for us?
They might be close to one of the new extensions. I had to grab to the ferry last time.
Okay, but okay.
You know it's gonna rain every day for the next 20 days.
Okay. People have been telling me it's going to rain like crazy in raining season since I got here in February, and still nothing.
It still rains every day, but not like crazy. We've only had 2 really crazy rains this whole
season. Yeah. I'm waiting for something, dude.
But yeah, one of the at Coquette, they were just literally cutting the morning glory out of the garden, like in the pond.
And you were just like, oh, it's just morning glory.
Yeah, and she just cooked it up for me. Yeah, but it was really good.
Okay, hold on. If this thing is like freaking LSD and they're selling it for like $1 a kilo at the side of the street, why don't they sell the seeds? I've never heard of like seeds being sold here in Thailand. Right? Several varieties. Oh, okay. So there's several varieties.
Seeds are taken orally and can be eaten whole or activate alkaloid, can be extracted like LSD, LSA acts as psychedelic, or which can have strong mental effects. Invasive. Like marijuana, so yeah, no wonder it's illegal in the West.
Okay, so it's illegal. I've never heard of anyone like. Is your mouth okay?
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, because I know we got it. If you guys don't know, I'm not going to tell you who it is. We got a really awesome guy, surprise guest. We're going to be interviewing at like 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, and it'll be up on the Monday episode. So there was no Monday episode last night. I apologize, guys. Mike was ready to go. He was firing on all cylinders. I was in bed until 5 p.m. on Monday.
Yeah, it's team effort though, and
I was out of it, like just drugged up, out of my mind. And again, my amoxicillin, my anti-inflammatory, all of that was like $1 at the pharmacy. And the other thing we should talk about is pharmaceuticals here, what you can buy over the counter.
And what you can't buy.
And what you can't buy. So
you can't buy aspirin.
Baby aspirin.
Yeah,
you can buy regular aspirin. Yeah. So I take a low dose aspirin every day as part of my anti-aging regimen.
81 milligrams? Is that what the baby aspirin?
87.
87. Okay, yeah. Some weird number.
It used to be 72.
Is that okay?
And now it's like 87. But yeah, you cannot buy baby aspirin OTC here. It has to be prescribed. So I order it from the U.S. and get it delivered, or I have friends mule it over for me when they come.
Now, is that because they don't want babies taking it?
I don't know, because it's not called baby aspirin. They call it low dose now. They haven't called it baby aspirin in a decade.
You can buy that stuff by the kilo.
We're just old Costco. White dudes. Yeah, and it's like $10 for like 10,000 pills.
Yeah.
So I take an anti-aging regimen every day. I take resveratrol. A gram of resveratrol. I take metformin, which is a diabetes drug, even though I don't have diabetes. And I take baby aspirin.
Why do you take that? For insulin production?
Yeah, so it helps your body's insulin response, and it has anti-aging benefits, and supposedly it helps your body fight off like heart disease. Same reason the baby aspirin.
Did you take anything for your knees?
No, so I used to take conjoitin.
Yeah, I used to take glucosamine.
Conjoitin.
Yeah, I used to take the same thing too, and it was weird because I took it for like maybe 2 years and then just stopped, and I've never had to take it again. But before that, I had the pain in my knees that I see you like reacting to, like when we're in the sung tao, and that sort of thing. So I don't know if that would work or not. But
I used to take it. I took it for years and years. I took it with like a fish oil supplement.
Yeah,
as well.
right.
But yeah, like 99% of the time, my knees are fine.
It's okay.
Like getting out of the sung tao or like anywhere where I have to like squat and pull up.
Yeah,
and a lot of that has to do with like a ligament damage that I have.
Sure. Yeah.
But for the most part, like I can still run. I can still do squats. Like I can do exercise. I don't have knee issues.
So you can still run it. Boom, boom. I mean, you can do that for a while, a couple kilometers.
I could do like a 10K.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But your limit you've experienced is basically anything over a half marathon. Anything over about.
So even when I ran the half marathon,
you got to train obviously significantly. Yeah, just do it in one morning.
Yeah, I couldn't like wake up and do a half marathon, but like when I trained, like I would do 15K a day.
Okay.
Training for the half marathon.
Yeah, right.
And then I did a few half marathon length runs. But like body wise, the only thing that really hurt was my feet after the half marathon.
Really?
Yeah, and then and then also like I fucked up and I didn't bring enough carbohydrates with me for the run, and totally. I hit a big wall.
I'll bet.
And like my last 5 kilometers probably took me an hour to
run. Did you get the muscle pain and that sort of thing?
No, I didn't get the muscle pain. I was just like no energy. Like I really felt like I was running in wet cement.
Yeah, I get it.
So like, but that was my own fault just for not bringing enough carbohydrates and not like carb loading enough the night before.
Interesting that they didn't provide that on the side. I mean, when you grab like not just the water,
get the drinks. You get the drinks, but it's not enough.
No, okay. Yeah.
Like I was still 107 kilos when I ran that.
What's that, about 230?
About 230.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So rain every day, but the sun will come out when I arrive.
Absolutely. Let's give him an up top. How you doing there?
When we
stoked for it.
As soon as he gets it, once he clears quarantine, we're doing coffee and then we're doing pizza.
November 10.
So then he'll be out of quarantine the 25th.
20, because it's basically 15 days. Hey, where are you staying, Todd? Because I'm like, I got buddies. Believe me, they're asking me.
Yeah, so Todd, we're gonna have to send you some coffee when you get. I don't know if he's gonna have a grinder. You have a coffee grinder at the quarantine?
I mean, unless he's paying like 100,000 baht for 2 weeks at a hotel. I mean, they're not gonna have grinders. They'll probably give him black coffee and 3-in-1s as well. But get the best results from my morning glory seeds by grinding them to powder and then boofing them. Ooh, that's an Australian verb.
Is boofing?
Boofing.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that like a getting some hooker to blow it up your asshole with a straw?
That's possible. Do they make the sound?
No, they don't make the.
See, then I don't want it. No, yeah. See, I don't want that. I like the.
Your magic weather touch wasn't working on your Cambodia video I saw. Yeah,
that was cool rain.
Get the rain, but the other thing, Todd's got a dope river view from his room.
Yeah, I know.
And he's got like these great, like the rain that comes in through Cambodia is fantastic.
No, it's. Hey, Todd, what are you paying for that place?
Like $1, probably.
No, because I believe he's paying like more than one would think you're paying for a Cambodian place. I mean, most Cambodian places are about like around here. The average room is like about 1,000 baht. This time of year,
I paid about $20 a night when I stayed on the river in Cambodia. In a suite.
Right. And I believe his room is suite like.
And this is 2006 prices. So.
Yeah, but again, you got to remember. I mean, like right now, it's like
it's
either like a crazy economy, like overpriced, kind of gouging sort of thing, or it's like my 650 baht bungalow at the beach down in Koh Phangan.
So they only have the water burner and the 3-in-1. So there's a kettle and a 3-in-1 in his quarantine hotel. What if I send you a fabric filter and some ground coffee? You into it? If I pre-grind 500 grams?
Well, no. So here's the thing. You'd have to give it to them in some degree of sterilized thing.
Yeah.
So I would guess that you'd have to buy coffee ground and then sealed by like the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Because that's why they give you 3-in-1, because it's friggin' right.
Well, I wonder if I could buy like the fresh beans from my guy. They'll grind it and then they'll resale it for me.
That's actually a good question, because I mean, let's face it, dude, like right now it's only people that like don't know. Well, actually, no, people that are quarantining, they have like families over here.
150 a week, man.
Oh, good job, guy. Good for you, Todd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that'll be well, what about your buddy that just got out of it? Why haven't we pinged him yet?
Yeah, I just pinged him the other day. He hasn't got back to me yet.
Okay, fair enough.
I think he's spending time with his wife.
Oh, is that why he came over? Oh my God, that must have been
They were separated for like a year.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
God, that must have been hard. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Gracie.
Who knows? Yeah.
Ah,
Who knows better than you,
dude? I'm telling you. I'll tell you what, dude.
Breville Oracle under 2K worth every dollar. Man, you're about this Breville Oracle. You've been talking about that before, Aztec.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a coffee maker.
Oh yeah, you guys are into that. That's
So-
so adorable.
So this is what I'll do. We'll email us BangkokStrangeGoogle.com. Email us the hotel again with like the address. I know you said it's in Nonthaburi. We will go ahead. I'll score some of my coffee from my guy, have it ground, and then I'll make sure that I get it resealed, and I'll put it with the Cafe Boran, filter, and I will ship that to your hotel for you. And hopefully, it's pretty simple. You just basically put a couple grams in, pour your coffee over the fabric, then just wash it out.
Well, before we speculate, Todd, just shoot me an email or shoot an email over to BangkokStrange@gmail.com. Just let us know what hotel you're going to be staying at, and we'll ask them right now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I would submit there's going to be a procedure. You can't just like give them something that's like laced in friggin' anthrax. So there's probably going to be something they're doing. So, and then the beauty of that is then we can tell everybody what to do. Because I'm sure people have friends coming over here like, oh my God, how do I give them like their favorite blanket or whatever, man, just to make them more comfortable. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to get it over there. Yeah, Todd's been doing some pretty good videos. Oh, he's posting up the links here. Oh, Mr. Mitch has got it.
I'm going to get his channel.
Oh, he posted a new one this morning. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay, good. You guys put up his channel there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Mitch. Sorry, man, I missed you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, they're cool.
I can't use that hotel. It's a ASLQ, so I booked O2 hotel. Oh. Ah.
Is that what it's called? O2?
Yeah, so check out what Aztec posted. What's that link? Is that the coffee machine?
Stand by.
Seattle Coffee Girl. Oh, yeah, this is it.
Oh yeah, I can see why you like coffee. The girls that model these machines are absolutely adorable.
What a stunner! Yeah.
Wow, are her breasts growing out of her stomach instead of her chest? That's amazing. I didn't even know that that's excellent. I mean, so did she have 4 of them then? She has them at the normal height.
E-cups.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Like bowling balls in a pillowcase.
So the more caffeine and the better coffee you drink, the closer you'll look to this woman. Wow, I'm learning a lot from you today. This is an eye opener, guy.
Well, these are the ladies who. That is a good looking machine, though.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm glad you clarified towards the end of that sentence. That is a good looking machine right there.
That is. So what does that push? 9 bars, Aztec?
Oh, for the love of God, you guys have your own.
Leave Gail alone.
Oh my God.
She's a lovely lady.
Todd, remember how I told you about turning your camera set? Yeah, because see, so you got wide angle. Like, I don't know why he doesn't turn his camera sideways.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. He said his iPhone can't. And I'm like, wait, of all the cameras.
Yeah, it definitely can. It's probably just easier for him to do it that way.
Oh, there's plenty of lovely ladies. Absolutely. But I don't necessarily
you're
want
mocking. Shocking.
Yeah.
Aztec. So what's your pressure? You get 9 bars on that? 9 bar, 20-second, 30-second brew. What's it do?
Is the bar the same
pressure rating?
So milligrams of mercury? I mean, is that the bar? Okay.
Yeah, the mathematic extraction for that. Yeah.
Okay.
She tunes in here every week 2.
I'm not happy about that.
that she tunes in here.
No, I don't. Well, actually, I'm okay that she's over here as long as she doesn't want to hang out at the cool kids table.
Hey man, if she knows about coffee, she's cool.
Well, see, and again, that's the thing. What is my favorite coffee? The coffee somebody else makes for me. I will drink your coffee. I just don't want to I don't want to have to spend any attention units, quite frankly, on anything that I ingest. I want to take a pill. I want to drink water, and that is it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to savor anything. I don't want to see a good presentation. I don't want to have a sauce. I just want to be able to get up in the morning, 110%, 80 miles an hour, and produce.
Boom. Yeah, it's called landscape mode, Todd. Yes.
No, I know. And I mean, again, I get how people hold.
So I want to have this coffee conversation with Aztec. I want to know. So that's the machine you use, Aztec. So what's your pressure? How much are you putting in? What are you getting out? And what are you using for coffee? Are you using Robusta? Are you using a blend?
And why Gail? Like, why is she the spokeswoman person?
I don't know. It's her company. So she obviously doesn't make this machine. This is Seattle Coffee Gear, which obviously Seattle's got a huge coffee culture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like a monster espresso machine. It's clearly
you don't have an espresso machine.
I don't drink espresso. Yeah.
I had espresso yesterday at BKK Bagel, and it wasn't refreshing. I didn't like it. But again, I like sweet 3-in-1.
So he's talking about barista coffee and mere moments. I'm not an espresso guy, but I get the idea of the espresso culture. People really like it.
What is I mean, screw the culture, but like, what is this sort of chemical delta between a cup of black coffee and espresso? Is it just simply denser?
It's not density, right? So it's the extraction methodology. It's also espresso is really, in my opinion, right? Espresso is best with milk drinks, and that's because of the beans used.
Because if you drink it by itself, it's very bitter.
That's because espresso is 40% Robusta on average.
Okay.
Robusta is a different type of bean.
Yep.
You like Robusta.
I like it, yeah, but
it's more viscous. It has more texture, more caffeine. Whereas
more Gale.
Arabica, which is what I drink, has more. I find nicer flavors, easier to drink black. Like you wouldn't want to mix this with milk and sugar. Like
that stuff, you mean?
This, yeah. Okay. You want to drink this black because there's a lot of unique acidity and flavors there that you want to enjoy.
If you drink a cup of like black coffee that like you would buy at 7-Eleven, does that taste disgusting to you?
At 7-Eleven, I've never bought black coffee. Yeah, it's usually just Americano though. So yeah, I find Americano disgusting.
That doesn't. Okay, so then, the reason I ask is because when I drink black coffee, I'm like, it doesn't really. So if that would mean to me then that the black coffee you drink is actually very flavorful. It's tasteful. Right? It's enjoyable. Obviously, it's got caffeine in it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then next time.
So yeah,
just double up on the volume.
Yeah, I will do. Well, I'll just make the same amount. I'll just share it with you because this is the maximum volume from my
up top. Maximum volume. That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm not sure on the pressure because you set how long you want it to pull for. Only thing you're missing from a manual machine, really, the gauge. You can buy a slightly cheaper version with a pressure gauge. It's interesting. So you just set the time. So you tell it you want it to pull for 30 seconds, 28 seconds, whatever. And then, so what are you putting? Like, is a 14-gram fill to fill the cup, and then you're getting like 30 grams of water out. So here's as long as I get as long as I get 30 milliliters in 20-30 seconds, I'm happy. Do you hand tamp your cups, or does it auto tamp for you? What's that look like? Dude, hate the player, hate the game. Robusta drinkers are to be put on the list for future purge. Dude. I agree. Hate the player, hate the game. 100%.
They are not selling me on this product. Have you ever heard of brand ambassador, aka Booth Babe? That is a gargantuan delta from the women I'm used to selling me shit.
Hate the player, hate the game is 100% correct. Robusta drinkers are to be put on the list for future purge.
How can you even tell?
Well, let me tell. So I did the world's largest coffee tasting with James that James Hoffman organized,
and now you have an earache.
And so I had the earache before, but one of the coffees was a Robusta, so it was A through E. E happened to be a Robusta.
Okay,
and when we were smelling the beans before grinding, I knew right away something was different. Oh. As soon as we pour the water on it, I saw the bloom. I knew it was a Robusta because all the CO2 was just rushing out.
Okay.
It bloomed for the whole 4 minutes that we had the water.
Bloom, you mean like there was bubbles coming out
that's
of it.
The bubble. And that's why espresso gets crema, like that thick crema cover.
Yeah, I wondered.
That's a byproduct of the CO2 expulsion.
Okay.
And
that makes it not taste good to you.
It's a lot of things. The Robusta bean just doesn't have the qualities of Arabica. Arabica has this beautiful floral, fruity flavor. It can also have these great earthy notes, and depends on where it's grown and the process and the type of plant. And Robusta is really just this sort of rough, maximum caffeine,
Yeah,
like
totally.
gritty.
Why the hell do you
flavor.
think I ingest it?
And it adds a ton more texture to the coffee, which I don't find enjoyable.
I'm trying to think if there's any other liquid on the planet that I have this much passion for, or whether I allocate the attention units in my life to something interesting. I'm really trying to embrace the fact that you guys, you know what it is? Actually, it's the same thing about guys that like really have a passion for craft beer. Regardless, I mean, when I drank alcohol, the last thing I gave a shit about is anything that had like 12% alcohol, which is the same thing about coffee. Anything that, I mean, anything less than the caffeine content of Robusta, why in the world would you ingest it?
This is well, flavor.
I didn't drink alcohol for the taste. I drank it for the friggin' effect.
So tamper built in, that's interesting because I've seen a lot of really positive things about the automated tamper, and that it essentially helps prevent channeling.
Yeah.
Which in espresso is a big issue, that if it's not tamped properly, you get channeling, then you can get a good extraction.
You see Joe's comment? Put that up there.
I like my coffee like I like my women, hot, black, and sweet.
You know what I always say to that?
Up top.
Up top. The way I say I like my coffee like I like my women, without some other guy's cock in it. That's how I like my coffee. And you know who I heard that from? You don't know. You guys might know him. I heard that from Kev.
That's Dorman. Only grinder I use isn't for coffee beans.
Up top. Swipe.
Robusta is used for Folgers.
Is that used here? Grinder?
I guess you would know.
I mean, I don't.
With a shirt like that, do you even?
Well, you see, here's the beauty of this. I was calling this obviously the Gay Earth shirt. Yeah. I guess I have a affinity for shirts the way that you think about coffee. Although I can't imagine that I would hang out with my friends online globally at 9 p.m. slurping shirts
out of a spoon.
Out of a spoon, you know. But to be fair, like, I mean, I really do like a goofy shirt, but yet I wear these shorts that obviously you don't like cargo pants.
Not at all.
Yeah, and I'm
anti-cargo pocket.
Yeah, and I love the functionality. If I'm out in like a pair of that, I'm like, Jesus, where am I going to put my stuff? I mean, I already carry a backpack full of an entire broadcast studio.
And you need a fanny pack to go with it.
No, see, that's the other thing I will absolutely never wear. I think I wore one of those when they were popular in the 80s, but then I also realized that they were about as effective as leg warmers. They didn't keep my legs warm. They just made me look like an idiot. So,
well, that's the point of the fanny pack, to make you look like an idiot.
See,
so it was 100% effective.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That, or they think you're the guy who sells steroids at the gym.
Up top. I heard the reference there.
So here, Hate the Player, Hate the Game says Robusta is used for Folgers. Yes, and they burn the shit out of it, right, to make it, because Folgers and Maxwell House, they produce so much roasted coffee. The only way they can get a consistent roast is to burn it.
Okay.
So that's why it's always dark roast.
You know why people hate companies like Folgers and Maxwell House? Because they didn't buy their stock. That's why the same reason that people hate Oracle.
I would buy their stock. I would love it. Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, their coffee is shit. But it sells.
So is Budweiser.
Budweiser is shit.
But it sells a lot.
Bud Light, best-selling beer in America.
Which tells you a lot about the,
Isn't Anheuser-Busch owned by a Japanese company now?
It's AB InBev. Yeah. It's a giant company, by the way. There's about 7 alcohol distributors in the United States.
Zero channeling with that. Yeah, the automated tamp is the way to go. It really takes a lot of the guesswork out of it.
See, Joe totally gets me.
Mr. Mitch, gotta have cargo shorts. No to the cargo shorts, guys.
They're very functional. They're the engineer's shorts, really.
No, really, you gotta, the cargo shorts are just not good. The baggy pocket, right? It just breaks the silhouette. It's not
the silhouette.
Yes.
How gay are you? I mean, you need one. You really need one of these. Why didn't you get one of these shirts? I'm kind of offended.
You're offended?
Yeah, that you're not as gay as me. I was really kind of hoping you were earth gay.
Yeah, no, not as much.
What are we gonna do on the 10th? Because the 10th, I believe, is a Saturday, and it's also International Coming Out Day. We're gonna have to.
We have to do something huge.
I'm only gonna wear this friggin' shirt.
Maybe I'll only wear suspenders
up top. That would be really good. Do you have any chaps? You can make them downstairs, right?
Well, I don't do leather. I'd have to make denim chaps.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if I could go for that, but yeah, Joe, I completely agree with you. Do not wear this on the train. You know why he says that?
Why?
Because on the train you get incredibly dirty. You like trains, right?
Yeah.
Here, because the windows open.
Oh yeah.
Tons. I literally could not clean this white shirt that I wore on the train.
No, so when I take the train, I take the air conditioned car.
Oh, really?
Usually I'm going overnight.
No.
So
But I
get
mean,
the
if you ever,
sleeper.
I've gone 6 hours. I love it. I hate the air conditioning. They're freezing.
No, but if you just do like a 1 day, if I'm gonna sleep
Yeah,
overnight,
no.
I
Oh,
want the
yeah,
air
yeah, yeah.
conditioned
Oh,
sleeper.
dude,
Yeah.
totally. Sleeping?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get that. But I mean,
My quick dry convertible cargo pants are my favorite travel pants short. Quick dry.
hold on. Quick dry. Stuck. You're going to have to throw up a link there to something because I don't know what quick dry means. When I think quick dry or when I hear quick dry, I think like
It's a wicking fabric.
I think like Under Armour
Got a
fabric.
plant in DTKC in downtown Kansas City, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Missouri or Kansas? Probably Missouri. And wake up in the morning was awesome. I bet, yeah. Coffee smell all day. Dana is fashionable, Mike.
here's what's interesting about yeah, you know, it's funny. I was thinking about that as I was walking over here because I'm like, okay, why do I have this goofy shirt? Right? I mean, I like goofy.
Because you want it.
Precisely. But the point is that like, I mean, it's not like I like goofy cargo pants. I like massively functional cargo pants. In fact, if I could have a couple of more pockets on this thing, I would if I could design my own cargo short, it would be epic.
You and Earth. Talk about it. I don't know if he does pants. Pants are harder to make than shirts.
Here's my issue with the relationship I have with Earth. He is incredibly talented and I like him a lot. But I know this is a hobby for him. So I don't want to like keep pestering him to be my personal sewist.
I think he would love it if it wasn't a hobby. Like, I think that's what he would like to get to.
Because I also know that he's Thai, and therefore, if I start bugging him, he's not going to tell me that I'm bugging him. So
let him make your 10 shirts that you just ordered.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys don't know, so I got this one, right? And so one of the things that he took to make this was a calendar, a fabric calendar that Dana had. That had basically all of the months on it because it was a calendar, right? So he put October on this shirt. The other shirt that he has for me that he's going to redo the buttons is the September shirt. So then I thought, you know what? I should just get 5 more shirts. So I have 7 shirts, 1 for every day of the week. And then I thought, wait a second. This is October. I need 10 more shirts
for the month,
1 for every month. And it would basically be like my replacement for the Playboy centerfold.
So Stuck says they're made from ripstop nylon. So are they nylon or are they a ripstop poly cotton blend? Because nylon would not be super comfortable to wear all the time. It doesn't breathe. So I'm imagining it's like some type of synthetic natural fiber blend ripstop.
So if I just do quick dry cargo shorts, right?
Mm-hmm. The upper right. My nan had the same curtains you had on the upper right. Oh, the upper right arm, Mike.
Yeah, no, I mean, totally, dude. Oh, and this fabric right here, dude, how many grandmother's coffee tables has this been on? Are you kidding me? Okay, so mother care. Is there a
greatest quick dry piece of clothing? The quick dry jacket from Back to the Future 2. Absolutely.
Wasn't that a members only?
Up top. Boom.
Giggity.
Back to the Future.
Okay, so here we go.
Back to the Future, greatest sci-fi trilogy ever made. Fight me if you think I'm wrong.
You ever drive a DeLorean?
No, never.
Worst handling sports car known to man.
It was the worst sports car. It was super heavy and it was too sluggish for the body weight, right?
Well, yeah, but then because I mean the guy John DeLorean, right? He designed actually the GTO for Pontiac.
Did he have a coke problem?
Big coke problem. Up top. Why do you think I love the guy so much? I'm like, absolutely, fund your friggin' automobile company. You know, I tell you, Elon wouldn't have that kind of nutsack. Okay, so I'm looking at these right here. Shocker, the biggest waist is 38.
What's your 38?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I bought these are too big. Speaking of shorts that I need fixed.
Okay, I'll do that today after we wrap. Jesus. I'll just bang it out today.
Bang it out?
Bang it out. Funny coming from Kansas City to New Jersey in 2008. I was looking for. So he says that it's not there anymore. It's loft apartments now. That factory. I would love to live in a loft that used to be a coffee factory.
We used to roast our own beans at the coffee shop on campus because it was ridiculous. But it smelled really bad. The roasting process, is that normal?
Yeah,
it is. Then why would that?
No,
factory smell good
because that's like the off put, right? So it's like when you're in the coffee shop, a lot of the roasting will smell like a astringent. So mine are Ripstop, Arabica, Robusta, Pinot Gris blend.
Well, I'm liking the sound of this whole like quick drying.
Well, what's the fabric made of? So like, if you look at it, it's probably like a nylon cotton blend.
Trying to. They just say "bam" nylon. That doesn't.
There's no way it's not 100. It could be nylon mixed with polyester. Did my doorbell just ring?
Is that what that is? You have the thing hooked to that, or is it the camera that basically says, "Oh yeah, there's motion"? Like, how do you know?
I thought I heard the doorbell. No.
Oh, you just thought you heard. Okay, I thought it was like part of your remote system.
No one there though.
AliExpress. Oh, I could order 2,000 of them.
They are a poly cotton blend. Yeah. So nylon itself just wouldn't be super comfortable and breathable. So it's going to be some type of anywhere.
But what's this?
That's ripstop, and
which is nylon / cotton.
See these lines?
Yeah, I like that.
And just feeling this, it's probably cotton poly.
Cotton poly. Okay.
So this is probably quick dry as well.
Yeah, good point. I can't remember. I mean, I got him in Thailand.
So this is like, it's definitely a some type of cotton poly blend, which is what you want for this type of thing, and it's 100% ripstop. Actually, it's kind of a weak looking ripstop though, because I only see the lines going one way.
Well, you know, it's funny. I mean, this is totally fake, right? Because in other words, the embroidery on the back is supposed to say Mossimo, and it's like MMOSSM. So I'm like, you guys, I mean, they got the font correct, but as far as the letters, they completely screwed that up.
It kind of looks like fake ripstop. But,
oh, really?
Yeah.
But it feels like it is ripstop.
It feels like ripstop, but the ripstop should look like squares, and this is just lines.
Well, it's kind of squares, right? I mean, it's like they have the horizontal. It seems like the verticals are less pronounced for some reason.
Yeah, which should not be the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So men's Duluth dry on fly 11-inch cargo shorts. I know what I lived in So you guys talking about Jersey? I was in a town called Teaneck, New Jersey.
Teaneck.
And this was 2005. I was there 2004, 2005. I was there for like a grappling award ceremony. I had won like some award as like a grappler. And it was like the Grappling Hall of Fame induction ceremony as well. And Hoist Gracie was there and everything. And I remember stopping for pizza at this like Afghani pizza place before we went.
Like in other words, people from Afghanistan eat pizza in their caves.
And they had like a pizza shop, and it was like it said like Afghani pizza, like T-Nex famous Afghani pizza or whatever. It was actually really good pizza. It was like really crisp bottom, good sauce. It was good.
Nice.
So but the water, I remember they gave us like tap water, and I thought that tap water tasted like milk.
It was probably from Afghanistan.
And I was like, this is like Jersey just has the shittiest tap water.
Right. Well, yeah. A lot of places in the U.S. have pretty lousy tap water. Kind of frustrating, right? We shouldn't.
I played hacky sack before.
You know who I played hacky sack with?
Who?
Alanis Morissette.
Really?
She is I had such a crush on her.
She in the club?
No. And I wouldn't say it even if she was on
here. Oh, so she might be.
She's still alive. This was long before she was like known. Right.
Okay.
So this girl shows up and we're gonna like play her record, we play a record and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is like
it's on the radio.
Yeah. Like this is really good. It's like it was pretty decent. But her hair was probably, I mean, I love long hair. So I love Gracie. One of the 7 million reasons I love Gracie. But I had such a crush on her. Right. And so we're sitting there in the studio afterwards, and she's like, so she calls me Engineer Mike. And so she's like, all right, Engineer Mike, let's go outside. And I'm like, cute girl, done. Absolutely. So she goes, you know how to play hacky sack? And of course, I'm like, absolutely. I have no clue how to play hacky sack. So she teaches me how to play hacky sack. To this day, I have never played hacky sack with anybody else just because it's a thing.
You played it once with Alanis Morissette.
It's the thing I do.
No need to fuck around.
Allie Mo. I asked her if I could call her Allie Mo, if she could call me Engineer Mike, but she didn't agree to that.
So Teaneck is right across the road from Hackensack. All right. So I've played hacky in high school. We played hacky sack a lot. Normally just like kicking the sack around. Played in college a bit.
I've only done it with Alanis Morissette.
Like I don't think there are rules. I think you just kick it.
Basically, yeah, I think so. I mean, the fact that you can that's actually okay. So what's that sport again? Where they like do that with their feet?
Tagla.
But it's like I think there's a net. The net's about 1/2 the height of a badminton net. Is that about accurate?
It's a little bit lower than a volleyball net, a little higher than a badminton net.
Oh, it's higher than, okay. Yeah, and I mean, these guys, I looked at it, and I'm like, oh my God, they're playing hacky sack with basically something that's about half the size of a volleyball, and they're excellent at it. It was really cool to watch.
Taekwondo is an awesome sport to watch.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's fast paced.
Yeah,
there's a lot of action.
And these guys were so good. I mean, it was like bat, boom, 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 boom. It wasn't like volleyball, which is like boom, 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 tsh, done.
Yeah, no, they can chain it on for a while.
Volley, I guess is what it's called, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look at those Duluth Flex. They look a little too short for me. That's the thing. I'm also tall, and I like it when my shorts go basically down past my knees.
Duluth is expensive. A lot of people really love it.
Oh, it's a brand name?
Yeah, and a lot of people like not so crazy about it.
Oh, okay.
Groin pull playing hacky sack. So if you got a groin pull and you're here in Bangkok, you could definitely go to a hospital and get it looked at for free, and then you could go to a massage parlor and get your groin massaged.
If I ever had a groin pull, I'd just go for a groin push.
Yeah,
just be like that. Just double click on this.
Double click.
Why not?
Pull push.
Easy. Up top.
Boom.
Good
Usually
man.
you go push pull.
Do you? All right, fair enough. I mean, I get it. You've been here longer than I have.
Get the 11-inch inseam shorts, Mike.
Think? I don't know, dude. I mean, what do you think my inseam is on this? Easily 18 inches, right?
No, it's probably.
I mean, this is a foot about there, so this is probably 16-inch inseam.
Yeah, maybe.
And I don't, when I sit down, I do not want it to go much above this. Like same with you, right?
Yeah.
Like right there. Like if it's this, I'm not into that. I know that's more fashionable.
This is kind of what I like.
Yeah, right about at the top of the knee.
And I don't want my pockets showing out of the.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's a thing with dudes now. Like that's something chicks used
to
do.
I've never seen a dude do it.
A lot of European guys are rocking that.
Well, you know what? A lot of European guys go to the friggin' beach in their underwear.
But like I've been seeing a lot of European
Grape
guys
snugglers.
like to show the moose knuckle.
A banana hammock. What are you doing with that thing, dude?
But that's something chicks used to do in the 90s. Like
I'm okay with chicks doing
the pockets come out. And plus the other thing, dude, like guys' pants have twice the size pocket bags.
Yeah.
So like it's not a good look.
No, it's retarded.
Yeah.
Did you where you lived in the US before you came here, was it ever common in your area for the girls to wear jeans, mini skirts, and Ugg boots?
Yeah.
Okay, because I never know. Like, so there's some
a Midwest thing. Like, well, you live in San Diego, right? It's a cold temperature thing.
Yeah, but it's also fashion, you know. And I always wonder, like, some of the things that started there, they don't make it necessarily all the way back to Boston.
Yeah.
So I figured that they would, yeah.
So they did that in San Diego. Uggs with.
Oh, big time. They still do.
Uggs is super hot though. Like,
they look.
They don't look that good.
Well, they think they do. I mean, I think they're great boots, but you know, I mean,
I think like a horrible design.
I mean, it's not real stylish. I get that, but I mean, they're ridiculously popular.
I think it's a horrible design as far as like cold weather, like snow.
Yeah. Well, totally. Because I mean, the minute you get them wet,
done.
It's like wearing a towel around your foot, right? Basically, it's like so absorbed. Yeah. So that part is ridiculous. But you know, I mean, again, San Diego. You know, when you get used to, I mean, anything below 70, it's like people are like, whoa, got to do something drastic. Oh, Token used to go see it. Yeah. That's where I saw it, actually. They're towards the back. Gay team that used to just dominate and kick the shit out of it. I don't know if these guys were gay. I mean, they were certainly fit. That's for sure. But yeah, and that's where I saw him, right? That's Queen Circuit Park right there by Emporium.
Benjametti. Oh, Emporium. No, Benjametti is Queen Circuit.
Because he said
Center, and then the other one is Benjamat or whatever.
Benjakriti, which is off of Sulk all the way down.
No, that's Benjametti. Benjakriti, I think, is the one at Prompong.
No. The one that is
I'm like
south.
positive that the one near Queen Circuit Center near Asok is Benjametti.
Because I know I did
Aztec,
multiple videos.
Ugg boots or slippers, absolutely. They should not be a boot. And again, I don't.
Yeah.
The jean mini skirt in the winter time, or jean skirt, not mini skirt, but like above the knee skirt in the winter time with boots, I think is just ridiculous.
It's funny. Some of the things that the girls would wear in
talking to us right next to Emporium.
Whoops.
I stuck a potato in my shorts to attract more women. They just laughed when I told My friend, his idea
Not like a sausage
that I
or
was supposed to put the potato in the
cucumber,
front.
basically.
I was supposed to put the potato in the front.
Yeah. So Benjakiti, not with an R. Benjakiti is down here, right off of what's this one?
It's Queen Circuit Center.
Yeah, off of Asok. So you take Asok and then you head south a little bit, take a right, and then you just walk down.
No, it's literally Queen Circuit. BTS is right next to that.
Oh yeah. With BT, sure.
MRT, Queen Circuit MRT.
MRT, yeah. But this one is wicked small, actually. Benchasiri. That's where I saw the guys play. But yeah, it was definitely cool. Yeah, no, I mean the guys. I don't know. Maybe they were gay. I should have asked them if they. You know what I should have done? I should just walk by and gone
with this shirt.
They would have been like, "Ooh,
just wear this shirt."
I'm telling you, I'm
getting. Say, hey, you know Earth.
Yeah, you must know Earth. Have you known him all of October?
Are you getting a lot of people comment on the shirt now that you're wearing it?
No, I mean you got to remember I'm a foreigner, right? So no one's going to comment really. Yeah. They're not going to walk. They're not going to instantiate a conversation with a foreigner. That's pretty rare.
I've had people come to me and talk to me.
I've had it happen, but it's not common.
Yeah.
Right. I get a lot of looks. I got some smiles. I got some smiles yesterday on the BTS, or no, 2 days ago from, girls that are like, I want to say modern fashion. In other words, you don't see a whole lot of blonde Thai girls.
Yeah.
But you see a blonde Thai girl, and usually she's wearing like fashion related.
Huge boobs.
No, interestingly enough, which I thought was really good. But yeah, right next to Emporium.
Still alive.
Yeah, that was
Did I ever tell you about like the time Jib helped some lady find the post office?
A foreigner?
Yes, American woman, great lady from Arizona. They're like really good friends now.
Oh, nice.
So the woman was here visiting her daughter who worked for the UN.
Oh wow.
And not her daughter, her niece who worked for the UN, and she was trying to buy stamps from one of her friends back home. Was a stamp collector.
Oh, okay.
Jib's going to the post office. This is when we lived up in Pachani Wet, and so she was at the Sanampao post office. And so she gets off the Starbeers.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
I just noticed what kind of fake cup they gave me.
Oh, that's great. So she gets off the BTS and she sees this white woman, like older white woman, like in her 60s, kind of struggling with the map, trying to find something.
Was she doing a video with a couple of coffee machines next to her?
No.
Okay, so not that old.
Similar look.
Okay, fair enough.
So Jib goes up, she's like, hey, are you lost?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
She's like, hi, my name's Gail.
Yeah. And so Jib, the two of them start to talk, and she's like, oh, I'm looking for this post office. And Jib's like, oh, it's right here. She's like, I'm going to the post office, but the one you're looking for is actually behind it.
Oh.
And so she's like, just come with me, I'll take you there.
Yeah.
And so
that's very Thai.
So she goes with Jib, and Jib's like, I just gotta drop this off, then I'll bring you to the back part, and we'll find your stamps. And so Jib, makes her delivery payment, pays for the package to get sent off. They go to the back. Woman finds the stamp she's looking for, and then they're leaving. And the woman's asking Jib about what else? She's like, I'm like out on my own because my niece is at work, so I'm like doing stuff.
Yeah.
And Jib's like, well, I'm taking the bus to Chinatown to go see a supplier. If you want to see Chinatown, just come with me. And the lady's like, okay.
Oh, so dude, that's they jump on,
cool. They jump on one of the red buses.
Big Red?
Yeah, no, not Big Red. Like the red,
Little Blue.
No, the red buses with the bus.
Oh wow, what an experience! All right,
so it takes her all the way into Chinatown. They go all around. So Jib sends me a message at lunchtime. They were like, she's like, oh, I kidnapped this auntie from the BTS station, and we're out in Chinatown eating this vegetarian place.
That is so awesome.
So I was in meetings all day that day, and so like I met up with them afterwards, and like. We're hanging at this coffee shop in Ari where the lady's niece lived, and her niece met us, and like I think her niece was like freaked out, like she's hanging out with like this local Thai girl and this Farong, and her niece is like, what are you guys doing?
But she works at the UN and she's weirded out by hanging out with a local.
Yeah. Because her niece gave us like some really weird vibes, but the lady was like, her and Jib hung out like 4 more times on that trip, and then she came back to Thailand, and like her and Jib hung out again, and
so cool.
She brought us a bunch of stuff from the U.S. and
nice.
like candles and shit.
Interestingly enough, I had a similar experience. I was on a bus and I was trying to get somewhere. It was actually where I was going to buy my Behringer mixer.
So I just said, I'm sorry, Gail, when you watch this episode.
I was on the bus and I was using an app called Move It. and I was trying to get on this, like I was trying to take the bus, and it was giving me like what I was numerically on the correct bus.
Yeah.
But you know how like Route 23 goes this way and it goes that way kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing one of those things. I had no clue where I was going. And so the women, it was weird. It was only other women on this bus. And so one of them kind of knew English, and she's like, "Oh, where are you going?" I said, "Well, I need to go, to this mall kind of thing, whatever." She said, "Oh, no, don't, you can't go there." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what do I do?" And then she starts talking with like all of her friends. I mean, literally like 5 or 6 of these, I'm gonna say 30s, 40s, man. And I'm like, I have no clue what they're fucking saying. I guess she goes, "All right, well," so she like stands up, tells the bus driver to stop. She's like, "Just come with me." And I was like, "Oh." It's like we walk out, and she's like walking. She's like, no, come on. And then we get on another bus.
Yeah.
And then we go over to this thing, and I'm going, she's probably going out of her way. Like, I mean, I hope that she's like going this way anyway.
Yeah.
Takes me all the way over there, and we walk up, and then we're literally standing in front of the mall, and I'm looking around. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. And she just goes, "Right there." I was like, "Okay, like you're awesome. Like, why did you? I mean, can I do something?" She was amazing, and I think that is a very common local Thai behavior. It's lovely.
Just sent you a link, Mike. STV being out on hold.
Ah, that sucks. Oh my God. I didn't doubt it though. I mean, there's so many. Well, I mean, again, it's limited countries, right?
Yeah.
Like just because you can get an STV in the United States, they're like, dude,
you
you're
definitely
friggin'
get an STV
polluted.
in the United States.
I never got an STD in the United States, as it turns out.
Never went to Arizona. It's like the STD capital of the U.S. apparently.
Really?
Something.
Oh, well, yeah, because of University of Arizona. Yeah.
I'm joking. I don't know. I never got one either. Actually, Aztec, I want to have another question about your machine. How many cups do you make a day with that, and how much water does your machine hold?
Dude, my LEDs got delivered.
Really?
Oh, up top.
So they ship locally.
Look at that. Free shipping, brah. $387
So
for 3 of them.
They definitely ship locally. I've got 2 packages pending from Lazada.
How long? Are they coming from China?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's the thing. This was sold by.
Actually, one of them hasn't even shipped yet. It just says item packed.
Really?
Yeah. It's just
Did you order it yesterday?
I ordered dead cats. No, like a week ago.
Yeah.
I ordered dead cats for the labs and extra clips.
Oh, nice. Good job.
So, because I broke a clip the first day I had the lab mics.
What do you just?
I went to unclip it to turn the mic around, and I pulled it, and the little plastic clip broke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, because Ceramonic's decent.
Yeah, no,
usually pretty robust.
The mic is legit. It's a clip. The piece on the clip.
Fair enough.
So, Aztec, how many cups a day do you make with that machine? I'm really curious, just because like I have friends who have espresso machines, and they say they have issues like after a couple cups because the temperature gets too high. Like the setting temp, like the ambient temperature in the machine. If you make a couple in a row, with the home machines, they don't have the same heat dispersion.
What is the temperature of the water supposed to be? Like 210 degrees, like just up to?
No. So you want it to be like 98 degrees C, like 98, 99 degrees C when you're brewing with an espresso.
That's like
it's
200,
just under 2. It's about 200.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Like just below
boiling.
Yeah,
sure.
And you want to have 8 to 9 bars of pressure. Ideally.
Why would maintaining that temperature be difficult?
It's not so it's like the something about the ambient temperature in the machine gets too high.
Yeah,
and then certain pieces don't work right with home espresso machines.
Too high, meaning it gets above 100 C.
But again, like not above, but like the radiant temperature in the pieces.
Oh, so like where the water goes, it's used to that hot.
Yeah, flow through, and so
it's a piece of plastic.
Again, this is a $2,000 machine, so it's
it should be amazing, right?
On a bus in Bangkok, I enjoyed stories like, I met a adopted brother upon a bus in Bangkok. Yeah, man, like you just meet the greatest people.
Dude, it's so cool, right? Yeah, absolutely. Todd, I didn't get if you emailed me, Todd, I didn't get it.
JCI accredited Bangkok International Hospital in Hoi Hin due to royal family estate nearby. Shah Am and Phetchaburi Krabi enough use easily, or is that an overnight deal?
So the short answer is that Cha Am is very near Hua Hin. It'll take you about 30 minutes in a grab to get there.
Yeah.
Prachuap Khiri Khan is further. But yeah, if you're living in Cha Am, it's actually, I will tell you though, Prachuap Khiri Khan has some decent hospitals. I don't know if they have a Joint Chiefs International hospital.
There is one near there because the king lived in the Hoi Hin estate for the 10 years before he passed.
Right. Well, sure, but it was Prachuap Khiri Khan though. That was the question.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because Cham is very
machine
close.
holds 2 liters or more. I make about 30 cups a day. God damn. All cappuccinos for the first 6 months, but now I just add a splash of cold milk before pulling.
Oh, and is it a pull thing? It's not just like a push button?
You're making 30 cups for yourself. Wow.
And a cup is what, 8 ounces?
No, he's doing espresso. It's he said he wants 20,
so the little
20 mils out, I think is what he's shooting for. So he's probably packing his cups with 14, pulling 20. I refill it once a day and never tamp issues. It's all with an automated tamp, you'll never have issues. I'm at the majority of people who get like channeling or issues from the tamp. Oh, never temp issues. Yeah, no. So I mean, again, yours is a $2,000 machine versus like a $300.
That's big bucks, dude. That is like serious
So
money.
it's a 93 degrees. That's what you get every pull. Yeah. So like again, like his machine again at that price, like he should have 0 issues. Like he's talking about the Rolls Royce of home espresso machines.
Is that basically the top amount? In other words, like the most expensive one you could possibly buy for your house would be like $2,000, $3,000?
No.
I mean, is the sky the limit? I mean, just like, is it like a car? Like you could just basically spend whatever you want in it?
Oh, so sorry. He pulls a long medium black. I don't drink straight espresso. Nice. I thought Jib wanted something suspicious.
Yeah, she might have been. Yeah, some people are like that. But I mean, again, if you work for the UN, dude, you think you'd be a little bit more friggin' open-minded.
Yeah, and Jib was just trying to hang out with her aunt. Yeah, it was a good time. They were talking shit.
No, that's a great story, dude. I love stuff like that.
I would imagine the niece was probably more freaked out by me than Jib.
Yeah, well,
sketchy ass white dude living in Bangkok.
Oh yeah, she probably had some. Yeah, right, like your sex pad or something like that.
Oh, sorry, then I pulled a long. Yeah, no, yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, no, you shouldn't drink. I think if you're making espresso and you're adding milk to it too, that's the way to drink it. Because again, the texture and the richness of the flavor you get from Robusta, which is, like I said, at least 40% in espresso blends, goes really well with milk, right? If you're gonna make a milk drink, you would not use the coffee I drink to make a milk drink. It'd be disgusting, right? It'd be like it's kind of like milky coffee thing, but you use espresso stands up to that.
Hugh, I will tell you that looking at the hospitals that are down in Prachuap Khiri Khan, you're basically looking at having to go up to Hua Hin for your best one. I would ping Foreigner Joe. He's a really, really cool guy. He'll get back to you, and he'll be able to give you a good experience.
And this $2K might be expensive. It'll be an heirloom. Absolutely. And if you bought a $500 espresso machine, you'd be buying another $500 espresso machine, in a year. Mm-hmm. And then another one a year after that, maybe not even. Right? With a $2,000 machine, you're moved into the area of this is a machine that's going to last and do well.
Okay.
Now, you can spend more. I have friends who have $5,000 machines.
Really?
People go crazy.
Yeah,
my buddy Pack, he has a manual machine.
Yeah.
It's 12.
Those have to be big.
1,200 baht.
Yeah.
And it's like you're pulling, you're doing the pressure by yourself, and it has a probe that you screw in. You have an app on your phone, so you're seeing.
I think you said the wrong. You said 1,200 baht. That's not
1,200 USD.
1,200. Oh, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, 1,200 USD.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But for a manual pull.
Because we had the manual pull at school, and I think they had like maybe 3 arms on it, maybe only 2. But for some reason, they thought that was better.
Too much caffeine is bad for your pancreas, I've heard. I've done no research.
Wow. But Dana can check it out for you.
No, that's prostate. I don't know how to. We can, if it's not your pancreas, we'll check anyway.
Yeah, I mean, anything with the P, really. Pancreas, prostate, penis. Dana likes all those words.
Long, medium, black. Are you sure you're talking about coffee machine?
Whoa, up top.
My man.
How you doing there? Okay.
We're off the morning glory topic. No milk. So, yeah, again, no milk for me if I drink
you
Arabica.
Get really disappointed.
But like, if you drink Robusta, like if I get like if I go to a shop that will make a vegan latte or a vegan cappuccino all day, right? Because Robusta stands up to like the fattiness and the texture of a milk, oat milk, soy milk. Actually, I find walnut milk and cashew milk are the best.
Never had those. I think
oat milk is really good for a vegan latte as well.
I think the lady that makes these uses almond milk.
I doubt it.
That's what I was thinking too. But I look at it, I'm like, my God, that looks like. What would be cheaper than that? Would oat milk be? I mean, I can't imagine.
Milk is the cheapest.
Well,
milk
sure,
is the cheapest.
but I mean, we'll have to go out. Although in the mornings, I don't know if she's there in the afternoons. But anyway, I was amazed
when we do the BTS stops.
Yeah, we got to do that. I'm excited for that. Maybe a week or two.
Yeah, let me get off the antibiotics so I have enough energy to go around.
Oh my God, yeah,
because it really zaps my energy. Dorman, all right, guys, I'm out. We're on the same time zone. I'm out, make a new video later, have some updates from yesterday.
Awesome,
all right,
buddy.
Hey, man, I'll be looking for your video later today. I still got to check your other one that I didn't get to yet. Guys, don't forget to go sub and over at Dorman's channel. He's putting up his updates from Cambodia, and you'll be able to see his process as he comes into quarantine, which will be awesome.
I'm really interested, actually, because I got to tell you, everything that Todd has gone through, man, they've treated him really, really well.
Yeah.
Now, again, he's got an elite visa, so obviously that whole process, you've got pretty darn good customer service. But coming into Cambodia, they don't know what the hell an elite visa is.
So we were talking about hand tattoos in the last episode. Todd's got hand tattoos.
Oh, has he? I hadn't seen any.
He's got an awesome hand tattoo of a face, like a grizzled face, and he can cover his face with his hand, and it looks like a mouth.
Interesting. I wonder if that was his goal.
Oh, obviously, it looks awesome. It's like super horror looking. It's really cool.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm gonna get you. I can't get you drunk.
No.
I can't get you high.
No.
I'm just gonna chloroform you.
Think about it. The way that you wanted to influence someone to get a tattoo is to get them completely inebriated.
Yes.
Just think about how logical then it makes the decision to get a tattoo.
100%. So I'm gonna chloroform
Amazing.
you. I'm going to bring you to a Sakyan temple. Just get your chest completely blasted with
Sakya?
Sakyan.
Okay.
Sakyan. Yeah.
And what will that do?
Sakyan's like this style of tattoo.
It's a style. It's not the bamboo ink thing that I would get in prison.
Well, it is, but I wouldn't bring you to one of like the dirty needle ladyboy bamboo temples.
I mean, dude, there's ladyboys. Let's show me out. It's all about it. As long as I know the sound.
Robusta, Arabica, 3-in-1. I see ya. So
easy, super easy. Next finish.
So with the tattoo, like the Sakyan is like the Thai spiritual ones. You go to the like the temples and they like bless them and stuff. But one of my buddies, I think I told you about the kid Setha, who from Rhode Island. I know him from a kid I went to high school with. He got a bunch of Sakyans. He's got one on his hand that is, a bunch of them have like different blessings and like different powers, if you will.
Okay.
And this one was supposed to make him impervious to being stabbed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Like a metal shield.
So he sent me a photo of a mosquito biting right into that Sakyan.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
And he's like, this mosquito must have stronger Sakyans than mine.
Right. This guy travels with knives. Absolutely. Chock full of nuts. Yeah.
Chock full of nuts coffee and just black and a lot of it. They still make that? Chock full of nuts?
I think that was more of a back east thing.
It's
right?
like a yellow can, right?
Yeah. I used to use those in the basement all the time, like carry nails and everything like that.
Yeah. Big tins of chock full of nuts coffee.
Sure.
And
hey, Andy, good to see you, man.
I changed my mind so often I could never get a tattoo. Hey, you just got to commit to it. It's not for everyone, for sure. But we're going to get Mike's whole chest blasted.
Yeah, that would be smart. That would be a great career move.
Hey, Andy, how's a career move for retirement?
Yeah, exactly. I go out on the beach and look like a complete degenerate. There's no way I'm doing that.
That's what I look like now when I go out.
Hey, but you have a real job.
What, doing podcasts?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. You're just meet a small Thai gay men that make me a shirt. I love that. I'm all about that.
I can't think of something I really value enough to tattoo. Maybe a Ford logo, but I like a lot of brands. You could just start looking like a what they call NASCAR jumper.
Totally, dude. Just have like all the
brands all over.
Yeah, all your sponsors.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Like Pizza Hut, Tampax. Yeah, that'd be great.
Trojan.
Totally. Big red racing stripe right across your belly.
Magnum
PI.
Yeah. My friend used to bring me a Cafe Melita from Brazil. That was the best coffee I ever drank. Yeah, I used to get there's a Brazilian coffee I used to get in Boston called Cafe Bustelo, I think. And it's a bit dark for me. good flavor, but a bit on the dark side. But most like pre-ground packaged coffee like that will be.
Dude, that's great. 20 of you guys watching right now.
Nice.
Really,
Awesome, guys.
really appreciate it. If you could get the word out to have some people subscribe, we're at 117 right now. We're psyched that we're over 100. That was giant, guys. I mean, that's just really, really cool.
I think what we should do for, I think we should do a giveaway at 500. We'll give away a bum gun.
As long as it says Bangkok STranGe on it.
We'll brand it. We'll buy one. We'll buy one locally. We'll brand it Bangkok STranGe.
Yeah.
And we'll ship a bum gun out to some lucky subscriber when we hit 500.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we'll expect video on the way back of you actually using it.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
Not necessary.
Not necessary.
But you want to keep it clean for when you do get the check.
That's for sure. I will say the best coffee I ever had, Blue Mountain Coffee, Jamaica. In Jamaica, actually. I didn't even realize they had their own coffee until I was there. That was the best coffee I ever had.
A friend of mine brought me beans from Papua New Guinea, Blue Diamond coffee beans.
Okay.
And it was a light roast. And I remember drinking it. It was like, it just tasted like a cup full of red fruit.
Red fruit? Like an apple? I don't know. What's
so
red
it's like
fruit?
The acidity you get from like berries.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And it was like the quality of that acidity, right, is the way that you would describe like the red fruit. And it was just an amazing cup of coffee. He brought me like a 250-gram bag, and wow, man, it was phenomenal.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the thing that you did the other night, what was that called again?
It was the world's largest coffee tasting. It was hosted by James Hoffman, who's a British barista, former world champion barista.
And did you meet like new buddies on it?
So it was like 10,000 people chatting online simultaneously, just kind of like putting
just cranking up through the. Was it YouTube?
It was on YouTube. He did it live on YouTube.
Okay.
And so my buddy Pat came over. Pack, founder of a company called Sneak, and him and his wife founded that company. So he came over.
What does that company do?
It was a travel company. They just closed down.
Oh my God! Then I totally know his wife. I actually saw her pitch at True Digital Park. She was amazing. Her English was amazing.
No, they both lived. They met in the U.S. They're such a great couple.
Yeah, I remember some old dude in the front row. He goes, I like everything about it except the name. I'm like, screw you.
Was his name David?
Yeah, I know, right? No, I think his name was like, Arfidio or something. I'm just like, screw. So I went up to her after. I said, look, first of all, it takes a lot of guts to do this because it's the ultimate judgment, basically. Yeah. And I wanted to help her. And I said, but like, why would I use your service over Airbnb?
It's not for you, though. Their service is for like douchebag backpackers with dreadlocks and.
Oh, so it's like couch surfing?
Yeah, not couch surfing, but
she didn't sell it like that.
No, so it's for selling tours and like local things.
Yeah,
their primary customer, their target customer was like backpackers because they were working with hostels. I was like, it's not really the best customer.
That did not come through in her presentation. Maybe they had flipped it. They wanted to go for the more lucrative.
Well, I was just talking to. I was when I first met with them when they first moved back to Thailand from Boston. I was like, you guys really should think about switching your customer. I pushed hard on that. And, I think eventually they widened it, but they were still focusing on working with hostels and stuff like that.
I'm trying to think how much they were asking for, because that was the deal with the pitch. They actually had an ask, like on the last slide, like they wanted hundreds of thousands of dollars or something like that. I couldn't remember. But I remember like, well, why is this any different than Airbnb? What do they call them? Experiences, I guess?
Yeah,
because there's like that 3 Airbnb things you get. Right?
They had essentially, but they made zero money, like a few $100.
Oh, it sounded like they weren't having any revenue.
So they just closed down, but they're in talks. That's too bad. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say, but they're in talks with someone who's interested in purchasing them.
Okay, good for them.
But essentially, they have no IP. I was like,
yeah.
It's essentially Acquihire.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, dude, your valuation isn't going to be very favorable, and do you want to work for the type of company, the industry that the company that's looking to purchase them is very conservative.
Okay.
And so I was like, probably not what I would think you guys want.
I probably saw them in January, maybe.
Yeah, and he's selling coffee stuff right now. He's selling grinders and like coffee accessories online, and his wife is designing cat houses that actually look kind of cool.
Nice. Oh, good for them. I mean, talk about pivoting, dude. Jeez, good for them.
They're both incredibly smart. They'll be successful no matter what.
No, that's awesome. But I do remember that. When you said Sneak, I'm like, wait a minute.
And they're phenomenal. I mean, I love them both to death. I was at their wedding, and Pack is like my little brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are they both Thai?
Yeah, they're both Thai.
Okay.
They met at he went to Johnson and Wales for undergrad,
Yeah.
and then he was at Bryant for his MBA.
Okay.
And I don't know if she was at Bryant or somewhere else. And then they were both living in Boston, and
they met in grad school.
They met at like a dinner, like a bunch of Thai students had organized a dinner, and he met her there.
Good.
And yeah, she's like super cute, like fun girl. But Pac is just like, so I know Pac. I think I told you this story, is that I used to date this not but this rich Thai girl that he was friends with at SIT. She was an undergrad and slightly younger than me.
No, and whatever.
And like, no, she was too young. But
why? What's too young for you?
She's in her 20s.
Okay,
but I mean, it was like,
this was like what, 5-6 years ago, when you were like
before Jib,
yeah. Were you even 40?
No, I was in my 30s.
Oh, come on.
But it's just like
for you,
like maturity wise.
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
And so we dated for a little bit, and I broke up with her. She ended up like getting a bunch of plastic surgery, like fake boobs, all this stuff. But so I met Pac through her because he was living in Rhode Island, and she's like, my friend's living there. We started to chat, and me and Pac just became good friends, like joking around while he lived in Rhode Island, like just virtually. And we stayed in touch. Nice. I broke up with that girl. He doesn't even talk to her anymore either. He's like, she got kind of weird. Yeah. And but it was just hilarious that girl's stepdad was Jib's neighbor growing up, and her brother was best friends with my ex-girlfriend's stepdad's son. And so when my ex-girlfriend's stepdad's son got married, my brother-in-law went to the wedding. This is before Jib and I were married.
I'm already confused.
A few years ago.
Trying to find the lineage of
so he was there with my ex-girlfriend's mom, her stepdad and his mom.
Got it.
Thai weddings, you go through and you talk to all the parents.
I don't.
So at Thai weddings, you go through before you enter, and like all the parents are waiting there, and you have to say hi to them. And so
before the ceremony,
as you're going into like the ceremony thing.
Okay.
And so you go in, he's going in, he says hi to the stepdad, and the stepdad turns to his wife, my ex-girlfriend's mom, and says, "This is Jib's brother. Not this is the best friend of my son growing up or anything like that. It's like, this is Jib's brother." And the mother just goes,
Yeah.
And so
exactly. I get that.
So the brother sends a message to Jib. He's like, why would like so-and-so's dad introduce me as your brother? Does his wife know you? And so Jib's like, well, since you asked, Dana used to bang their daughter.
Right.
He's like, but like, again, it's just weird that like
well, I didn't want to say
they talk about my current girlfriend as opposed to like they obviously somehow involved mentally in the fact that I broke up with their daughter or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they
actually, the same chick offered to pay me to continue being her boyfriend after we broke up.
Really?
She offered me like $150,000 a month salary to keep me and her boyfriend. I was like, I'm good, thanks.
That's surprising, because I would think if she's like, high so-ish, that
she's not high so. They're wealthy.
Okay.
There's a big difference.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But so she wanted to have a foreigner boyfriend?
Yeah. So before me, she dated a foreigner, or before me, she dated like a half Thai guy.
Okay.
Who I've met is a really cool guy since, like, he's involved in the startup space.
Nice.
And cool dude, really smart, really, really smart kid. And then especially from like a tech perspective, like he's CTO at a company, really smart. And then after me, she dated some foreigner French dude from the school who's like a super fanboy of mine, which was a bit weird.
Yeah. Because
like I would see him and be like, "Oh, hey Dana, what are you working on? Are you still working on the hardware project?" Like,
guess what I ate last night? Okay, that was just
but like it felt like she was. Well, first she tried to like hook up with one of my good buddies, Tejas.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yeah, no."
She's not. I mean, why? Because she got weird.
No, he was just like, you were like literally just dating Dana like a week ago. Like, yeah.
Do you believe in the bro code?
Yeah, to some extent.
I'm pretty believing in it, because what I've discovered is, I mean, unless it's like, well, I've never been down the path of, oh my God, this is the one, I'm going to marry this girl, basically until I met Gracie.
Yeah.
So knowing my pattern,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, maybe I'll date this girl. Like, she's amazing right now, kind of thing. Maybe I'll date her 2 years, maybe 3. I'm going to have Mike or Steve or Andy or Tony or whatever. I'm going to have them as my friends for the rest of my life. And it's just like, come on.
And, it's I've to that extent, yes. Like, and I've judged other guys like who have been my friends who like 100% don't believe in that. Like we're not friends.
Yeah. Well, no, exactly.
We're
That's the point.
acquaintances.
Absolutely. Up
but-
top.
Boom.
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, to the extent, but like T just was like, you like literally were dating like a week ago, and like you got to stop messaging me like this.
Too bad Ms. Tech isn't on right now. Do you think girls have a similar?
I think like
cis code.
I think some do, yeah.
Bro code kind of thing for girls. I think they probably do. Are we done with comments?
No, so we're close. So what about coffee in Bali? The monkeys eat the beans. No, that's a civet cats. That's it. That's super.
And then they poop the.
Yeah, but like don't drink that coffee. I've had that coffee. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's not worth the price. But also it's super cruel because they cage the cats.
I was gonna say,
and they force feed them only the beans.
It's scale to make them to do. Yeah.
So it's not. It's super unkind to the animals. So Andy, if you. It's not worth it, and it's not that good of coffee compared to other coffee, especially coffee you can get in Asia. Indonesia in general has better coffee than that. Just that they grow in Java. They call it Java for a reason. The island of Java produces fantastic coffee, and it doesn't need to be shit out by civet cats. Tattoo, I have a rooster on fire on my calf. I tell everyone it's a hot cock below my knee. Absolutely, Joe. That's a great tattoo.
Who wouldn't do that?
Are you gonna get some ink when you're here in Bangkok, Joe? When you move to Thailand, we're gonna go get tattoos together. We'll get some STranGe tattoos. I've never drank coffee. I think it smells bad. MedTech. One, I find it very upsetting that you don't drink coffee, just as a human. But no, I get it. If you think it smells bad, it's tough to get. Personally, I love the smell of coffee, of good coffee, but I understand what you're saying. Like if something doesn't smell good, no matter what you think it might taste like, it's difficult to get past that mental block of the smell.
Best example of that? Durian. Up top.
Boom.
See, you get me.
100% durian.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you basically need to eat it like this.
Yeah.
And why would I sound like this? If I could not sound like this,
you know, like
I know what you're talking about.
That's good.
But yeah, so straight up, if you don't like the smell, it's tough just to eat something. I would, but not all coffee smells the same. Like I would definitely recommend at least smelling some different coffees, and there's some special coffee that smells very fruity, and you might enjoy that.
I love his summary of high.
I absolutely love the smell of coffee. I don't really like the taste. Wow.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I could get that as well. Yeah,
I like the smell better. Yeah.
I just remembered. Give a thumbs up.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We got 13 thumbs up and 20 people still watching. That's
awesome.
Pretty great.
You guys rock.
Absolutely, you guys.
If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We love you.
And put something in the comments, too.
Yeah.
I mean, if we got 20 people, I mean, I would love to hear from all of you guys. I love Mr.
My
Mitch's.
sister's brother's son is my dad's daughter's nephew.
Look at his next comment. That is perfect.
High sugar and obese.
Yeah, that's classic, man.
Great. Mr. Mitch, the same in my family with what a coincidence.
Absolutely amazing.
Amazing. Who am I? Bro code.
Yeah. See,
bro code. It's all there. There is. Absolutely.
I would agree. It's the difference between acquaintanceship and friendship. Yeah, for sure.
And this is the thing. Like I do hope that women have like their own kind of like sister code or their own version of bro code, Yeah. Because I think it's something that makes, like, you should have sort of standards in a relationship, right? And you shouldn't put like love interest before, especially dating, like when it's not a love interest, it's just like,
you got to remember, a lot of guys that you can label as breaking the bro code. A lot of times it's not for love, it's just want to get laid. It's just sex, right? It's just like, okay, well, whatever, dude. If that's the case, then there's another 100. Although, as I say that,
it's not like you're fishing in the Salton Sea
in the United States. Still, if you're over here and you're like, I'm like, come on, dude. Like, they're not other tigers.
Like, I'd never had a problem getting laid in the U.S. So,
what's funny about that is that, like, I actually really didn't either. And the funny thing is probably for about the last 15 years before I came over here, pretty much all the girls I dated were in their 30s. So, in fact, how old was I? I was like 45. She was 28. And then the last girlfriend I had, just as I was ending California, or rather just as I was ending it with her, I think she was like 34, 35.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been 47, something like that. So yeah, I mean, and and it's not like I was rich, for God's sake, right? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I never dated throughout my 20s and my 30s, never had issues. Medtech, do you know what taste of almonds? Arsenic? Is that true?
What is arsenic?
Arsenic's a poison.
No, I know, but what do they use? Right. Sorry, that's not my. I shouldn't have asked that. What do they use arsenic for?
Killing people.
Really?
I guess it's also. I think it might be a cleaning agent also. But,
Okay.
But yeah, I did. Is that what raw almonds taste like? I'm not aware. So it'd be a big one. So Joe, all right, tattoos all around, man. Hell yeah. Joe's gonna get inked up.
Good man.
We're gonna hit up the tattoo shop together. I got a spot for you, Joe. Don't worry. The only ink I want in Thailand is my visa stamp. First ink anyone should get in Thailand. Hell yeah.
Absolutely, dude. Good for you.
My sense of smell must be completely shot. I have not yet smelt a disgusting durian like everyone goes on about.
You haven't smelled one like ever, or you just haven't smelled the disgusting
They
one?
have durian in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe they also have like veg. I mean, I know this is like very stereotypical, but
I love Vegemite. Actually, I prefer Marmite, but I love Vegemite too.
I've tried them both. I prefer Jif.
I like the texture on the Marmite's a bit like stickier, spreadier.
Yeah.
Vegemite's a bit thicker.
I think I bought it. You know what? I know guys
They're
love
both delicious to me.
Nutella.
I hate Nutella.
Yeah, I wasn't into it.
Not a fan. I think Nutella is disgusting.
And it's interesting too because the texture's a pain in the ass. Like if you put it in the fridge, then it gets hard. But if you leave it out on the counter, then it's like
as
it's
fuck.
gooey. Yeah, it's like putting. I mean, not like fluff.
Not
Who doesn't love fluff?
Who doesn't?
Up top. That's what I'm
Boom.
talking about.
But yeah,
I bet you could get that at Villa, huh?
probably for like $30. But yeah, my son. Yeah, so durian, I'm kind of used to the smell now. It's definitely overwhelmingly sweet. The taste is still off-putting to me. I don't enjoy it.
And the texture's not great. I mean, if I'm going to eat
The
something
texture's horrible.
that like comes from that sort of shape of a fruit, I'm going to eat jackfruit. Big fan of jackfruit.
Yeah, well, jackfruit makes great vegan pork.
Dude, it makes great smoothies.
Yeah. So Joe, yeah, 170. We're kind of stuck at 117. We're hoping to push ahead. We're trying to get to that 1,000. We'd love to get to 1,000 by year's end.
What's an interesting point too is that we had 118 and then we lost one, and that's common because a lot of times it'll be a bot. But what's interesting is that usually once you start getting one bot, you get like a bunch.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times what'll happen is you get like 118, and so now that they they only removed the one, it's interesting that there hasn't been a bunch more. But again, I mean, where we show up in the algorithm, it's really crazy. I mean, look, at the end of the day, this entire audio stream is transcribed.
Yeah.
And so they scrape it for that. And so maybe we drop too many F-bombs.
Possible. So Pravita Opa says, have you ever tried durian fried? I like it, but never eat durian. I don't like it. All my family love it except me. So Pravita, I've had durian chips, which are fried.
I've seen those, but
they're not bad. They're actually quite delicious, but then they get kind of like, because they're a fruit, right? And they get kind of like packed into your teeth. And then occasionally you'll get like a waft of durian flavor. And so, but yeah, ultimately fried anything is delicious, right? So fried durian is good.
Here's the thing though, is on the package, there's the word durian.
Yeah.
So I've never been able to like part with my money to actually bother getting one of these items. It just doesn't add value.
Jib has durian paste downstairs.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure, they like it. Yeah.
So when have you tasted arsenic? Yeah, that's a very valid question.
I was in this almond factory and I'm like, son of a.
And really ripe durian, but had bugger all smell.
Yeah,
dude. Class plenty, still not. Really, I'm surprised because it is very, very, very strong smell, Aztec. So I'm surprised by that. What do you think of the taste? And what did you think of the texture? Token, I hang out with a ton of Thai Americans in Cali, and we would do durian-infused vodka shots. What does that taste like?
I mean,
durian-infused vodka.
They put vodka in everything. I mean, we used to just take giant watermelons.
Yeah, and just fill with vodka and put it in the freezer.
No, just drink it immediately.
Oh.
Dude, you got to remember who I hung out with. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We used to put all that alcohol together and then put it somewhere and wait. No.
Why even bother putting it in the watermelon? Just drink.
Well, trust me. Yeah. I did things differently. Peanut butter fluff and banana.
Arsenic to separate gold from ore was bad from down. I would imagine.
I would
imagine.
Yeah.
And we got Andy in the chat.
Yeah,
arsenic is also contained in traditional Chinese medicine formulas and used for psoriasis, syphilis, asthma, joint pain, rheumatoid arthritis. Hemorrhoids, cough, itchiness, cancer. It cut off on me.
Well, itchiness. Yeah. What is the max?
Two something.
256 maybe? 255 probably.
Peanut butter and fluff. Hell yeah. Up top. For
Up
peanut
top.
butter fluff.
I don't know. What about with banana? I mean, I like peanut butter and banana.
Yeah, with fluff, why not?
And
fluff makes
have you
anything
had it?
better.
Have you had it?
No.
Yeah, I've only had peanut butter and fluff, and I've only had peanut butter and banana.
But imagine fluff added to those too.
Dude, I mean, you ever crunch up the potato chips and put that into a peanut butter sandwich? Oh, that's game changing, bro.
You ever toast just one side of your bread before you make a peanut butter sandwich? And you put the toast side on the inside, so you still have the soft outside. You get a little bit of crunch.
No, I would toast the bread, but I would always want to put the peanut butter on there as fast as possible so it would melt and ooze. I really like that part about it.
The durian taste, texture, both awful. Have never rushed back for more.
Yeah, no. I mean, what's the point, dude?
One of my buddies in Malaysia, he loves durian, and they have durian buffets. And Malaysia has like all these different types of durian.
Sure.
And they all love Thai durian, but then they also talk about like they have all like Musa King and all these different types of durian down there. He'll go to the buffet and like he live streams me sometimes from the buffet. Like he'll FaceTime me.
Can you? Is it so bad you can smell it through the live stream?
Like last time, I'm like, oh, why? First time he did it, I'm like, why is he calling me? So I picked up, and he's just like, oh, blah, blah, like eating durian. I'm like, oh my, I know where you're at. And there are these outdoor buffets, right? So you just go, it's like a big.
That's all you do.
It's just stocked up durian.
It's an interesting because I mean, there's like a culture with it too. It's not just like, oh yeah, apples. Like, you know, yeah, they're good. But...
Apple pies, yeah. Having smelled shithouse door on a tuna boat pretty much keeps me from eating durian.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Mr. Mitch. You and I are gonna hang out at the non-durian cool places.
Think that fried.
So I guess I could
fried
get the whole
peanut butter fluff with banana sandwich, and then deep fry it.
So we had this fair, as many places in the U.S. did, in San Diego. Basically, they call it the San Diego County Fair. If you live there long enough, then you still call it the Del Mar Fair, even though it is the San Diego County Fair. So the Del Mar Fair, they used to have these things that would like. They would deep fry so many things, and it would be so bad for you. It was called the Heart Attack Cafe. They would sell deep fried butter.
I've seen that at like Midwest fairs. They put butter in like a wonton casing, and they batter it and throw it in the deep fryer.
I mean, I've had deep fried Snickers. It's pretty good.
Yeah, of course. It's a Snickers and it's deep fried. It's going to be good.
I had a hamburger, and the bun was made out of a jelly donut, and then they deep fried that.
Okay.
Now, again, I also mentioned earlier in the broadcast
it wasn't a corn dog inside the jelly donut.
So I'm a big fan of corn dogs. I really like corn dogs. But I also mentioned that, of course, I'm on high blood pressure medication. Shocker that the two are probably
related.
Yeah.
So imagine
you see his comment. I love it, dude. Non-durian, non-Gale.
Yeah, cool place.
Not that there's anything wrong with her. I'm sure she's very lovely.
No, again, anyone who's a coffee expert. Those were Mike's comments.
Doesn't
on her
make me want to hang out with you, cool coffee guys, because clearly your cheerleaders need some revisiting.
Hey, she clearly knows about the espresso machine, so I'm down to listen. I'll be checking those videos out later, Aztec, because I find like especially high-end home espresso equipment super interesting.
I am going to send you a couple of screenshots of the videos of women on the internet that I'm going to check out later, and you can compare those to yours with the coffee lady.
Yeah, but which one makes better coffee? Because at the end of the day,
she buys exactly what I want. Trust me.
No.
You got to remember.
Poor Gail.
Oh yeah, I had that too, Senor Frank. Good to see you, man.
Well, hopefully she wants to roll through and come through Bangkok. I can bring her around to some coffee spots, Aztec. Now, I'm so dumb. I thought you were using fluff as a verb. Imagine vigorous mixed processes. So what the heck is fluff? You don't know what fluff is, Hugh? The processed sugar.
It's marshmallow in a can. Yeah.
That's spreadable marshmallow.
It's amazing.
Deep fried Coca-Cola, Coke syrup from the box mixed with flour and deep fried like a funnel cake.
I had that before.
Had that, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, you know what I love was
the chest pains thinking about that food.
Yeah, I'm getting diabetes actually just thinking about it. Is the bloomin' onion. They take the onion and they slice it and then they deep fry it.
They dip it in batter and deep fry it.
I guess that's Outback Steakhouse. Did you guys? Yeah, so you've been to those. And I think that's apparently like kind of like a, I don't know. It's like the lettuce wraps basically at the oh shit. What was the name of that?
Like Applebee's or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was a not Chinese food. It's more like Japanese food or something like that. It was a chain.
You ever have a Panda Express?
Yeah, Panic. Yeah.
You ever have deep fried pizza slices?
No, at Panda Express.
No, just at like a
okay,
fair.
got it.
So they'll take like a pepperoni pizza slice,
Slice it up,
dip it in batter,
and then
fry
fry it.
So good.
I like
so good.
Fried dough's good, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, with them
Doughboys
in the powdered sugar.
Yeah, on top.
I never liked it with jelly.
I like it with honey and powdered sugar.
Yeah, I think I'm old school. I like it. Well, what they got to do is they got to take it out immediately, put
right away
powdered sugar on it. It's got to still be oily so that it absorbs the powdered sugar.
Yeah, that's the way. That's
anything white and powdery.
Fair style.
I don't know.
You're into it.
Yeah, I didn't like cocaine much, but I love the smell of it.
Love the smell.
Love the smell.
The aroma.
It was crazy.
So
I would taste test that with a bunch of guys, usually after 9 p.m. as well, just like your coffee tasting,
or before 9 a.m.
6 of 1, really.
Whenever.
Yeah, it didn't really matter.
Whenever there was any.
Here's the thing about that. I'm an addict, and I can't do it anymore and that sort of thing. But I got to tell you, if I could use it normally, I'd do it every day, all day long. Yeah. You hear the irony in there?
I do hear the irony.
Just making sure.
Absolutely. Well, I know guys who use it casually every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Just just to keep a little bit of awareness.
Yeah.
You hear a bunch of old CEOs just judging themselves that way. Deep fried Twinkies. I completely forgot to mention that. That was a delicacy at the Heart Attack Cafe.
Dude, there's a place in I think it's in Vegas, in Arizona. They have branches called the Heart Attack Grill, where if you're over 350 pounds, you eat for free.
Oh God! You know what? There is an eating competition thingy happening in Pattaya. I want to say this
eating
weekend.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? God, what's the name of that mall, guys? It's like right past
Mike Shopping Mall.
It's past Mike Shopping Mall, actually. It's right on the beach there. I can't remember, but yeah, they're having some. Yes, it's a gateway. Absolutely.
It leads to alcoholism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my experience.
Well, you're saying what? You drank and then you do more coke so you could drink more.
Yeah. Well, you do more cocaine. You do more cocaine so you can work more hours, so you can make more money, so you can do more cocaine, so you work more hours, so you can make more money, so you can do more cocaine, so you can.
Listen, I know guys who, like I said, use it casually on a daily basis.
I mean, you're joking, right?
A little pick me up. They'll tell you that I'm not addicted. I'm just a casual user, once a day.
I'll tell you something, dude. Like I remember diverticulitis. Right? I was talking about that.
Yeah.
Like I was in pain. Like I could not move. Nothing brought me to my knees like that. I was not only would I literally have done anything for it. Luckily, I wasn't asked to. But yeah, it's amazing how something like that, how a substance. I mean, can you imagine? Like, oh my God, dude! Every time I eat durian, I like drive through school zones at 70 miles an hour inebriated. No. It doesn't happen with that fruit.
Senior Frank says Heart Attack Grill serves every meal with an unfiltered Lucky Strike.
Who's the guy? It's Joe, right?
Joe
P. He's the guy that asked me about the Lucky Strike. I forgot to ask. I was in 7-Eleven this morning, which reminds me, I'm going to go get a Diet Coke. You want anything? You want some water?
I'm good.
You don't want any water?
No, I'm good.
Not for your ear? You want me to maybe like put one of those little bamboo things in there?
I'm good. I'm good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, go grab your Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen the Heart Attack Grill where it's like, what if you're over 350 pounds? Yeah, you can just throw that in the sink for me.
Well, place it.
So yeah, place. Thank you. Yeah, don't throw it. It's the only one I have. So if you're over 350 pounds and you go to the Heart Attack Grill, you eat for free. And they have a French fry buffet where the French fries are cooked in lard, I believe. And that is the and then they call the burgers the single bypass, double bypass, triple bypass, and quadruple bypass burgers. Burgers are fried in lard. The buns are toasted with lard on them. And it's like a lard fat like thing, and all the waitresses dress like nurses. I've obviously never been, but it seems like an interesting place. Here we go. Sam Lewis, losers give recreational drug use a bad name. Joe P, Lucky Strike and black coffee first thing in the AM. I'm on to you guys. You secretly got a healthcare sponsor for this Medicare in Thailand stream. You think you bring up deep fried carny food to dump the business? Pretty devious. Yeah, we're trying to drum up a little bit of a cardiac surgery business here in Thailand. Mr. Mitch, I used to steal my grandmother's Lucky Strikes. Oh, your grandmother smoked the Lucky Strikes. Wow. Yeah, Sam was a pilot. He's retired now, Aztec. We used to be neighbors. Recreational drugs are bad. Okay. They do not sell Lucky Strikes here anymore. I don't know if I've ever seen them in Thailand. I don't know if I've ever seen them in the US. Again, I'm not a smoker, but like, it's not something you would see like all the time. It's mostly like a movie thing. I think I saw it on the Food Network talking about the heart attack grill. Yeah. I saw they were getting a lot of social media pushback on the eating contest in Pattaya due to bad optics with people starving in Pattaya. I can imagine. It's definitely has not been a easy time for a lot of Thais and a lot of locations. You know, I can definitely see there have been people who are financially strapped. Absolutely. You know, but yeah, I can only imagine a eating contest would definitely not be the best look for most of these places, for sure. But yeah, Sam, you're not flying anymore, right? You're like fully retired, just living that Pachani wet life. Pilot gets cranky about losers giving drugs a bad name. So I don't know who he flew for, but again, like I said, I'm pretty sure he was when I was still living in Pachani wet. I think he was retiring. But I know military pilots, they give them methamphetamines, like U.S. Air Force. They'll give I don't know if it's methamphetamines or some type of upper. They'll give them to make sure that they stay awake on those long flights. Yeah, Sam says that's true.
I think I max out at probably like about a 2 hour, maybe a 3 hour live stream in here. It's so fucking cold. So cold. It's so nice outdoors.
It's turned on what, low?
Well, the fan speed, yeah, but the temperature is turned on
whatever it's on.
It's on 4 Kelvin.
4 Kelvin.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Gents, I'm out. Cheers. Token. Hey man, thanks for coming by. Have
Thank
a good
you.
One.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So yeah, I think
Where are you from in Cali? Actually, you said you hang out with Thais in Cali. I'm just kind of curious where you're from.
I think he said he's in the Valley, right?
I don't remember. I'm bad about that. But I turned off all the light. All the lights were on downstairs. I turned them all off.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, I think Token. I think he said he's from the Valley because he said he was still having the smoke in the air last time.
Oh right, yeah, that's a drag.
But yeah, so military pilots, Air Force pilots get the uppers to keep them awake. Oh, so
see,
Joe's asking, where'd you get that shirt?
See, Joe gets me. Let me tell you something right now. You know why? Because he likes Lucky Strikes. He says they don't sell them where he's at. That's kind of weird.
How does he have it every morning with his coffee?
Well, because it's coffee.
Coffee.
Turns out I got this shirt from an amazing young man named Earth.
Gay Earth?
Gay Earth.
Did you notice on the episode, the last live stream, I put the rainbow colored Earth in the background behind you?
No. Wait, on the thumbnail for today?
No, the previous one.
No, I didn't.
It was a little Easter egg I threw in there.
That's too bad. I throw Easter eggs on all of mine because it's called the Cool Kids table.
Yeah.
So I do that really small emoji with the cool glasses on it that you get when you're in Tube Buddy doing the thing. And only a few guys have noticed that, though.
So there you go. My dad was, Mr. Mitch, my dad was on speed on his bombing missions over Korea. Yeah, got to stay awake, man. You know, think about it. Like if you're operating like any type of jet on a long haul flight, like a transatlantic flight, or like sometimes they do like around the world and shit. You know, you gotta be sharp.
I'm pretty grateful that none of the pilots and the majority of the world-class airlines do not do that. Yeah. I'm really, really grateful that they get tested regularly.
Well, they bring. So, would you ever see that movie Flight where he's doing bumps of coke with the flight attendant to even out before he goes because they're drinking all night?
Whenever I watch movies like that, I know it's kind of like when you and I watch a movie and or even a TV show and there's technology in it, and just because they have a black thing behind them with a whole bunch of things that say Dell on it, doesn't mean it's a data center. Yeah, because they're having they're whispering inside of this room. Usually there's a little bit more white noise.
Yeah, usually like, can you pass me the RGC?
Or the best one is, let me just open up a socket. Yeah. Let me just open up a socket. I'll get into their firewall. Hold on. Oh man, this is really hard to crack. It's going to take me. Okay, good. We're in. What? You can't get into a friggin' linked sys that fast, for Christ's sake, you know? But anyway, you know, so when I see scenes like that, I know that they have had a consultant and an expert that was absolutely an alcoholic.
Oh yeah.
Because when he's sitting there and he's looking in the fridge,
Yeah.
and he knows he's not supposed to drink, and there's that moment where he's just like, "Fuck it,
Yeah.
I can't not do this."
The best scene in that movie is when he's in the mini bar and he sees it. He sees the alcohol and he shuts the door.
Yep.
And then everything just goes black, right? And then you see the door whips open and he grabs all the bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Bought the
best
shirt.
Scene. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they were amped up for the missions and would get stupid drunk to come down. Yeah, makes sense. Government issued speed. Denzel, LOL.
He was great in that movie, actually.
Yeah, he's great. He's great in every movie.
Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, so he's not on here right now, but just so you guys know, so Todd was sending me messages with the updates online. So I'll try and share those. In fact, what's today? Today's Tuesday.
Great opening to that movie.
Yeah, the opening. Yeah, so the special effects too.
Oh, where they
phenomenal.
flip the plane?
Yeah, and they show the pieces of metal flying off because, of course, oh my God, the jet's going so fast. Like it's never like that's going to happen to a plane. That was pretty hilarious.
Well,
actually,
obviously the idea. So I saw a pilot talking about that. He thought it would be possible to flip a 747.
Yeah,
but it would just rip itself apart and like just come straight
yeah,
down.
that would make sense. Yeah, I would imagine like once it gets to about like this, or probably no, I mean, but it would have to get to pretty close to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Then it would just be like, what are you kidding me? I mean, because there would be zero lift.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do it because that's the aerobatic ones.
So
they do it so fast that they still have lift.
What they were saying is that when it's the wing structure, so when what they were talking about was that plane was diving, so that their logic in the movie was that if you flip it, it will level out.
Go the other way.
He said in reality, if you could get the plane to flip, he said in theory it should be flippable, but he's not 100% sure if it would actually hold together. But once you get it flipped, it would just dive down and crash.
Well, because I mean, if you know anything about the Bernoulli principle, you know that the trailing edge of the wing needs to be on the underside.
Aztec, unfortunately, only moments worth watching. I think the scenes that were shot inside the cabin when they flipped were kind of interesting, and then his relationship with John Goodman's character, interesting. Oh God, Blazing Saddles, such a classic movie. I love that.
God, I don't know if I've ever even seen it.
Such a good movie. You got to see that.
There's a bunch of movies. Okay, what's your favorite movie of all time? First answer, boom.
A Point Break.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, directed by Catherine Bigelow.
What do you think mine is? Because I wouldn't have guessed Point Break for you, but
what do I think yours is?
And no, my favorite TV show isn't WKRP in Cincinnati.
I don't know. What is your favorite movie? Tell me.
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Best movie ever made, other than My Mom.
I don't know if it's the best movie ever made, but it's pretty good.
Other than My Mom, there is no other beautiful woman other than Ingrid Bergman in 1942. She's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, feminine, wonderful.
Ooh, Aztec throwing out conspiracies. Like, you're right, flipping a plane that is as believable as putting two planes into towers smaller than a runway at 500 miles per hour.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that there for a minute. Totally.
Let that marinate.
Yeah, Mel Brooks, man, absolute genius. Blazing Saddles are probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
I'll tell you, it's definitely a household word.
So here,
right?
Sam's a pilot, a commercial pilot. So you can roll any airplane. A barrel roll is a 1G maneuver. Check video of 707 being rolled.
But would it so Sam, once you do that, then will it continue to fly? Because as far as I know, the way that the wing works is you're not going to be able to get it to do. Although I suppose you could use ailerons, right? Is that what the deal is on the button? I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, STranGe is a great movie. Yeah, Bigelow's a great director. Hurt Locker, fantastic movie.
Hug Life. That's that's pretty accurate. I'm a big Robin Williams fan. You guys know that. He was in the club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, hilarious. The original Jumanji, hilarious. Everything he was in. Missed Doubtfire. You could never make Missed Doubtfire today. People will be all over you.
You could never make Happy Days today because when Fonzie used to snap his fingers and the girls would come running, every friggin' Karen known to man would be like, absolutely not.
Yeah. STranGe Days, great movie.
Have I seen Point Break? Like, because I remember
Point Break, one of the best like cop action movies ever made.
Point Break was because of the surf?
Yeah.
And they were where? Where was it filmed? Hawaii?
California. It took place in LA.
Okay, I guess I'll have to see it again. Maybe it's on Netflix.
FBI Bank Robbery Division, L.A.
They will continue to fly.
Good Morning Vietnam, great movie.
Ah.
Here's one for you guys to watch later. Oh, we'll get to that after. Thank you, Mr. Mitch, with the link. Point Break, epic movie. Absolutely. Thank you. The original Point, that remake bullshit they made.
Oh, there was a okay.
It doesn't exist in my mind.
Ah.
But Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, just fantastic direction. The chase scene through the houses in LA into the LA River. I mean,
yeah, the classic LA River chase. I mean, it started with Grease, right? Or actually, no, probably even before that movie.
No, not a car. He was chased on foot.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, I guess I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember
a lot
anything.
of great skydiving scenes.
But yeah, Good Morning Vietnam. That was an excellent movie. Actually, that was really excellent.
Mr. Mitchell will continue to fly as long as it's doing a 1G roll. Andy, Big Lebowski, great film. We got a beverage here, dude. I am actually a certified priest of the religion of Dudism, and so or certified minister in the religion of Dudism that you can get from dudist.com or dudism.com.
Are you a member of the Church of the Epic Mics?
No,
because that's where the cool kids originated.
The Latter-day Dudes.
Latter-day Dudes.
Yeah.
All right.
Church of the Latter-day Dudes. Oh, there's my bell.
You need
guys. I'll be right back.
What are you getting? What are you getting? Your Lazada thing?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So we're gonna be able to get the. Well, that'll be great. You know what's funny, guys, is that I'm doing a. So you guys know I got the new laptop, right? So one of the things that I'm doing would live my ass off, and I'll just throw this out there because we cross promote. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I can't do a live stream, unfortunately, because I got like a bunch of deliveries coming in the morning, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I got a cleaner coming to the house. And so I'm not going to be able to really do anything there, of course, unless I left and then like did something, but I'm still trying to find a radio studio. If you guys know of any in Bangkok, please send me to that radio station. That would be great to know those people. But the point is that, I'm going to be doing one on Thursday, and what I got in the mail was these like LEDs. You've probably seen them if you ever watched like any YouTube videos of guys saying, this is how I do my YouTube videos. And they're basically a rectangle, and they have a whole bunch of like different colored lights, and you can do, and usually they put them on the floor and they like shine up on the walls and stuff. So I think that's going to be kind of cool, because I noticed in a couple of my last live streams that I've done from the house that my face gets really washed out because I have to use so much light to combat the light that gets absorbed in the walls where I live. So anyway, so that's going to be kind of fun. It'll be neat to like have some sort of studio-ness going on. Let me make sure that I'm. Oh yeah, for sure, Mr. Mitch. Platoon is one of my favorites. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, Blazing Saddles. This is. Remind me what this is now.
Oh no, I know what this is.
Oh, okay.
Something different. We're gonna open this up on air.
We're gonna be able to use it like right away.
Yeah.
Nice.
What I miss here?
No, nothing really. I was just kind of like updating them on the thing that I got getting.
Redefine. Absolutely hate play it. Point Break redefined the action genre. I mean, also character development in action movies so good. I mean, from so many perspectives.
What do you got?
Platoon. Oh yeah, so Young Frankenstein, good movie. Dead Presidents, not a bad movie either. Yeah.
You probably don't know. You know how I say that like, I can't remember stuff, right?
No.
You've never heard me say that?
Never.
All right. So, but here's the thing with me. The thing that I cannot remember the most is movies.
Really?
Like I literally could be in a movie and you could see me in the lobby after the movie walking around. Dude, up top.
Boom.
Giant. We're going to look as good as Joe.
Just arrived.
What's this? Oh, they're even warm. They just cooked them.
So, guys.
What did you get me? A double?
You're a double.
Okay. And you got a triple? Okay, cool. Awesome. Dude, I'm going to totally take off all my friggin' clothes.
Justin,
Bangkok STranGe t-shirt.
Justin.
Delivered.
Wow, it's good quality fabric, huh, Joe?
Nice and heavy.
Joe, how long you been wearing yours? I actually saw him on another live stream the other day, and the person looked down and said, hey, that's a really cool shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked about that. Now, do they only come in black?
Yeah, only black with this logo.
Okay. How close are you to finding a new one?
Still looking
around.
I might stick with Teespring, though.
They don't. Do they do masks?
They do masks. They don't do hats.
They don't do hats. I think we got it. Well, we could obviously have a second one. That'd
Yeah.
be very easy to do. All right, stand
what
by.
type of brain, Abby? Abby, no. Joe P. Which I Young Frankenstein a couple of times.
You're not gonna put yours on?
In a minute. Southland Tales has to be the best movie. Southland Tales. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh, this is great. I'm gonna be warmer.
Stuck in Florida,
Meat
Monty Python, Holy Grail. Oh, Life of Brian too. Great movie.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I don't like that humor.
So I think it's
British droll humor.
See, I really got into it. I liked it a lot. How's it fit? 2X.
Well, it fits over the gay shirt, so obviously it's going to be a lot of. Now, see, here's the thing. I'm basically an XL.
Yeah.
I'm also a single male who basically the way that I clean my clothes is I'm used to putting them in the dryer for 72 minutes. Obviously, I don't have the dryer here.
I have a dryer. You don't have a dryer?
This is no.
Oh.
Well, because would you have a washer dryer, or do you have like a different machine for drying?
Aztec. Oh my God, Life of Brian. Correction, best movie ever. Life of Brian's great.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Probably, definitely the one of their funniest.
Most people don't like Casablanca.
No, I love.
They find it boring, or they just don't. Oh my God, it's a
Fish
silly
Called
love story.
Wanda. Great movie.
Yeah, I don't remember any of these.
Jib can remember anything about any movie at any time.
Really? So she's like 180 out of 8, and you're like obviously pretty normal, quite frankly.
So
right?
I was like, I'm a movie buff, but she's like, I was trying to remember Jessica Simpson the other day.
Trying to remember her,
like remember her name. I couldn't think of it. I was like, babe, what's the name of the singer she was in? I couldn't remember the name of Dukes of Hazzard. Right? I was like, she was in the movie, like the American TV show about the car. Yeah, and she's like, oh, Jessica Simpson, Dukes of Hazzard.
I like Jessica
based
Simpson.
on no information.
I think she's got a great voice.
She does.
You know, one of my favorites is Avril Lavigne. Big fan of her.
Joe P, I have not taken it off yet.
Good for you, dude. Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's documented. Obviously, he's there the whole time.
So, Avril Lavigne, yeah, great voice.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like real sultry.
You know who I really had a big crush on for a while?
Me?
No, that is not past tense.
Oh, okay.
Had a crush on for a while.
Oh, someone just
dude, how much product have you friggin' ordered? Jesus Christ. You give me crap about buying too much cocaine. Oh my God, all this stuff coming in. Ah, this is so cool. Have you seen the size of my laptop compared to his? No judgment. Ooh, there you go. See, Stuck? You get me. It was really good, actually. You're right. I mean, considering it's like, okay, let's make a movie about cruising up a river on a boat, right? I mean, again, if you just label it, let's make a movie about space, right? I mean, that also sounds silly too. When in fact, Star Wars was pretty decent movie. But the point is that yeah, you're right. It was. I'm a huge Humphrey Bogart fan. In fact, I think he is the only person in the history of the world who could smoke that well. Watching him smoke cigarettes removes cancer. He's so excellent at it. I was just amazed at that guy. He was, but he was great. You're right though. But I'm a big. Yeah. You know what? That's a great point. I love so many movies. For some reason, I sort of default to Casablanca, just because. But I mean, again, it is such a different movie. Let's say, for the sake of argument, than Point Break, right? I mean, it's not a musical. It's not right, but for some reason, it just is one of the kind of like, I mean, one of my more favorite books is not necessarily because the book was so awesome, but it was because it was such a fun time in my life when I was reading it, which is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And my mom gave me that book when it was like some summer. And she said, you should really read this book. Now, the last thing, of course, a kid wants to, I wanted to like play outdoors on my bike and hang out with my buddies. I mean, I was young. And she gave me, I was like, oh my God, my mom's giving me like a reading assignment or something, like schoolwork, basically. Mom, it's summer. Can't you understand? And I got to tell you, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, I think it's great. It was a great movie. I mean, I know it was made into it, but it was an absolutely great book, But again, it's not the best book ever, but it was just really, really great for me. Let me make sure I'm getting to your comments. And I believe there was a reference to my favorite lady in the whole world, Katharine Hepburn. Yep. Big class act, dude. When did she die? I want to say like, what, 2-3 years ago, maybe, kind of thing. I can't remember. I kind of liked how you like just stroked your tummy across my back just then.
That wasn't my tummy.
Whoa, what up, buddy? Up top.
Oh yeah. Xandu, Olivia Newton-John.
So I will tell you that you want to talk about a class act, because obviously I wasn't, ever old enough to be Katharine Hepburn or in the business. But I met Olivia Newton-John, and she, first of all, I was amazed at the way that she basically publicized surviving breast cancer. I had no idea that she was such a respected, revered almost, by so many women. And so she came in, we did a concert thing, and we were down at the beach. This is in San Diego. And yeah, I mean, she's total class act. Oh, yeah. Big time. Great lady.
Died about 20 years ago, Stuck says.
Did she really? Who was the one that died fairly recently that was sort of in that genre? It was the sort of maybe it was Lauren Bacall. I can't remember.
Talking about classic actresses now.
Yeah, because he brought up Catherine and African Queen.
Oh man, the whole actress genre. I mean, like we've really just talking about like the hottest of the hottest women. Like you ever notice like ugly dudes can have pretty successful careers? Like but it's pretty much only super hot women.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are, there's the occasional really ugly, weird lady, like the lady that was in some of the oh God, I just forgot his name. Who's that? The writer that did a whole bunch of horror movies? Stephen King.
Stephen King.
Yeah, and so the one where
Kathy Bates.
Exactly, yeah. Right, and she like smacks the guy's legs and breaks his legs. So
yeah, but she's not like Jack Black level goofy looking or like
true.
Danny DeVito.
He is wildly successful.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Yeah. He kind of did that whole track of like, kind of well known, but then like moved from TV into movies and then to directing, right? Didn't he start directing?
He directs, but he also writes. But he's a comedian. He's done all types of stuff. He does drama. He does TV now.
You know who actually I think I have a lot of respect for who did that is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he's not an ugly dude though.
Okay, to be fair, yeah, you're okay. That's right. All right, I'm trying to think of something.
Actually, I just watched this TV show on Sneakerheads on Netflix called Sneakerheads. It was like 8 20-minute episodes or something, and there's an episode with Mark Wahlberg in it, and they get this TV game show host called Mark L. Wahlberg to play Mark Wahlberg.
Nice, good for him.
One of the funniest things ever,
with a really ridiculous accent, like because he's got such a thick accent.
And he puts on like all these Mark Wahlberg shows, hilarious. And you're looking like when he first opens the door, you're like, that's not Mark Wahlberg, and like. But yeah, so funny, and like they clearly like want him to be like the Mark Wahlberg you think of, and so it's like the way he acts, the way he talks is hilarious.
I was just noticing. You know what I really like? I like the smell of new T-shirts. I mean, it's effectively a chemical.
Yeah,
kind of smell. How's your jaw, by the way? You seem to be kind of moving it earlier.
It's starting to like swell up a little bit. It's okay.
I'm fine to take a break. I mean, how long have we been going? 12. We went 3 hours.
Let's wrap it up in like 20 minutes.
I'm happy to go 3 hours.
Idiocracy is a great movie. I love the social commentary in that. Fantastic.
Don't know if I've ever seen it.
President Machado.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Yeah, right. Aztec's right. Idiocracy is real life, unfortunately. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. But yeah, love it. Great show. Great movie.
Oh, Ruth Buzzy. That's a guy. She was fugly. Yeah, absolutely.
But for the most part, like an average looking or an ugly guy can make it. Philip Seymour Hoffman, not that great.
I don't know who that is.
He died of a heroin overdose. He's a fantastic actor, actually, but died of a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
There's so many like male actors who are of average looks or worse and can do fantastically well.
Right.
Whereas like you see very few women actors of that same aesthetic do equally as well.
Yeah, you kind of need to be well. I mean, again, it's it's a different deal between, because I can tell you right now, like female salespeople in IT, kill it.
Yeah, none of them are ugly.
No. And like I got so many attractive female friends that work at Cisco.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
When I was in telecom, I remember there was a company that sold like fittings and stuff like that, and like cable fittings, like all the little trinkets. not super technical. And the guy
like
who
Panduit or some company like that.
and the guy who owned the company hired one of the booth babes that he hired for an expo to be a sales girl.
For sure.
Barely knew anything about technology. Didn't
matter.
She basically learned a few words, a few terms.
Yeah.
Sold millions per month.
For sure. Yep.
She went from making like, $50,000 a year as like a booth girl, like working like every weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say, must be working every weekend. Yeah.
Doing like all, Northeast, right? There's a show in Boston. There's a show every week.
Totally.
Connecticut. She would travel all over. 50,000, gross, right? And then she's a contractor, covering her own expenses, travel.
Ooh, really? Okay.
Like she's got to drive to Boston every weekend for a show. She's going to drive to Connecticut, to Hartford, sometimes New York. That comes out of her pocket.
I had a lot of friends that lived in Vegas.
Yeah,
that's that city. As a young, pretty girl, it eats you up, dude.
Yeah,
but spits you out.
So she was doing 50 a year doing that,
living
like outside Boston somewhere, like Quincy or whatever.
Yeah,
and she went to doing like $250,000 a year in tech sales and like sales, just doing that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And she would go into like a cable company and we'll take a 2 million fittings or
we'll use them anyway. I mean, when are you going to come back? You're going to come back with the other engineers?
Yeah.
And what would their standard? Because you'd ask them a technical question, they wouldn't know. What would their standard response be? I'll tell you what. Let me bring that back to the engineers, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, okay, as long as you bring your boobs back. Wait, what?
But what?
Luckily, I wasn't that silly. But...
Oh, my balls are your unfit parent, brought to you by Carl's Jr.
I like Carl's Jr.
Motorcycle showroom is almost as good as smelling bacon being fried. I have a gorgeous female friend that sells medical equipment, and she's makes pharmaceutical sales too.
Oh, dude, here's what's so funny, right? When I hear some women like basically balk at that, like, oh my God, she's attractive, and traditionally the woman is more attractive than the woman who's bitching about it, you know, kind of thing. But it's like even women prefer to speak to an attractive woman versus another woman. I mean, it's just it's just one of the. I mean, there's all these studies about liking and power and influence and Cialdini and all these other guys that have done this, and it's like liking, like beauty is something that is likable. People will see two people. If one of them is completely overweight, doesn't take care of themselves, and then the other one obviously is fit and takes care of themselves and smiles and you're going to be more attracted to that.
When I was working in telecom, I was still a technician. I would occasionally interface with customers. I remember it was one time they were just doing a network check, and one of the customers who had filed a complaint on like service issues, I was going to follow up with them after adjusting their line of amplifiers. And really hot chick, turned out she had pharmaceutical sales.
Yeah, nice.
And we kind of hit it off, right? She gave me her number.
Great.
And I hit her up. She gave me her email. Right, her personal email. So I sent her an email. I was like, hey, we met. If you want to grab a drink sometime. Yeah. So we end up going out, and we have a few drinks. And she's like, oh, why don't you come back to my place? And she's like, oh, I'll be right back. Right, when I'm hanging out, she had like a raised ranch type spot.
Okay.
So I'm like hanging out in her I guess technically upstairs, but like half a level up type of thing.
The living room.
I don't know. Do you have raised ranches in other parts of the U.S.? Or is it just a New England thing?
We didn't call them a raised ranch. We called them split levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
We call them raised ranch in Rhode Island.
We lived in what was referred to as a Cape ranch.
Okay.
Yeah. Very long, basically single story. My room was the whole top floor, but
yeah, a lot of people dorm those out, right?
Yeah, a lot of people would do that. Yeah.
So she goes downstairs to her office, comes back with Viagra samples.
How old are you at this time?
In my 20s.
Jesus Christ. You could penetrate drywall in your 20s.
Yeah, she was like maybe 32, 33.
Okay.
She's like, let's split this. And she's like, I'll put this in the wine. Like, we didn't split it. She's like, oh yeah, it does the same thing for women.
I mean,
grinds it up.
Blood to the extremities kind of
grinds
thing.
Grinds it up, pours it in the wine. We drink it all night long, dude.
Well, right, because you couldn't finish.
Yeah. No, you did. It just never went down.
I mean, it wasn't available when I was in my 20s. It hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah. It was after like the first couple of times, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, oh God. This
Trust me, my first trip to Thailand.
Yeah. Another street dick pills.
No, I didn't buy a street. What are you, crazy? It's like buying women on the street.
Soy 11 dick pills.
Yeah.
Beauty might get you in the door, but if you don't know your stuff, you're out there. Yeah, that with sales, it depends. I mean, if you're selling Cisco equipment, you got to know the equipment, right? You got to be able to know.
You travel with somebody that knows the equipment.
Sometimes, not always. We didn't always have a sales engineer come with the salesperson.
Well, at Cisco, you do.
No, our Cisco salesperson didn't always.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty short-sighted.
No, if
considering you guys probably bought quite a bit of it.
Well, for the most part, right? Corporate would buy the equipment, and dictate to us. So the salesperson was just coming by to do check-ins.
Oh, okay, yeah. After the sale.
Yeah,
of course. They just bring lunch.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, even the salespeople have to know at least like the equipment lines, what they're good for.
Yeah, sure, of course. Like,
right?
just
You're
like
not gonna be like, oh
widgets.
yeah, you need a switch. Let me show you this huge BGP router.
Router, yeah, exactly. Cisco, I liked. It was okay. I mean, they weren't super innovative. The customer support sucks, but they're reliable.
I had a friend who was the same way as that Stuck, who started out in a temp job at a bank and ended up being like a business salesperson at the bank. One, she was gorgeous.
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
And two, she was smart as a whip.
Well, and see, that's the thing too. I mean, and again, it's sales, right? Yeah. I mean, I can sell really well, but I can't close. I discovered that a long time ago. But I also discovered a lot of other things that I can't do really well, and how there are like another million people in the world that I can hire to help me with that.
I'm kind of the same way on closing. Like I'm not like a strong closer when it comes to sales, but again, I can definitely articulate things pretty well, which is sales.
But there always had to be the closer. Like it's sort of my last career, if you will. While I was working at USD, I was also part of this user group, this global user group, and we used to sell. Converged infrastructure is basically the big label of it. It's it's a data center in a box. So instead of buying a server and storage and all that, you buy it all together, right? The average customer would spend about $2.5 million on each system. But then there would be companies like Visa and American Express and Harley Davidson, actually, for one of them. Vitamix was another one. And they would buy, tons and tons of the stuff. So University of Phoenix, so you've probably heard of, it's owned by a company called Apollo Group. University of Phoenix, obviously, is just one of their brands, but it's arguably the most visible. So anyway, so my buddy, he sits down and he's talking to me. And they're like, hey, this is Mike Starr. He's like, because I bought the stuff new in the market. And I said, this is definitely the way to go. And of course, the storage guys hated it. And the computer guys hated it. The server guy, you're not, you're going to fire me. You're just going to hire Convergent. Anyway, so there's a big debate. It had nothing to do with the quality of the technology. But I was able to convince people to do this, right? So we sit down. I tell them all about it. And then I didn't feel like I closed him or whatever. Buddy of mine calls me the other day. He goes, dude, I don't know what you said to Christian, but he just bought $8.5 million worth of that stuff. And I wasn't a salesperson. So therefore I wasn't thinking to myself, well, what portion of that do I get?
Yeah.
And that's another thing I think as closers, that's sort of what you kind of look at.
You're getting a big chunk of
it. And
I
was just like, I just want to be Christian's friend and go have dinner with him.
You can't close because you're not hot. Yeah.
No, trust me. The best closers I have, ugly white males.
So here, I'm not sure which shirt I like more. Where'd you get them? Obviously, so you get this shirt, shop.bangkokstrange.com.
I'll tell you what, Joe. Here's the thing. If I were you, if you really, really, really want to meet some hot girls, what you do is you put this shirt on, you take a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
And no matter where you are on the internet, this shirt represents you.
Yes.
I mean, you could do an avatar.
Yeah.
You could do maybe just like, a single headshot. LinkedIn profile,
just the shirt.
Yeah, I mean, basically, just go from like about the tummy up to the chin, or maybe just like right up here, and then like do one of those black things across, like you're from the FBI.
Zorro,
up top.
Boom.
Absolutely. Although I got to tell you, this one shirt I got underneath. You want me to tell you about this one?
Where'd you get this shirt?
It's funny. There's a guy. In fact, Jib knows him. His name's Earth, and
Gay Earth.
Gay Earth, yeah. And he makes shirts basically in his spare time.
Yeah.
So what I did is I found all of this fabric that was basically in your garbage.
Yeah. My offcuts.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's why maybe instead of calling it my Gay Earth shirt, I'm going to call it my Green Earth shirt. That would be pretty good.
Well, just notice Joseph's avatar shirt. He's wearing the best shirt there is out there.
Dude, come on. What is your avatar, Aztec? What is even, I can't just because it's too tiny. What is it?
Looks like some type of alien cartoon thing.
If you went up to that animal and you went, would it know what you mean?
It might.
Yeah, see, that's, I tell you what, we walk up to Joe and do that, it'll be like, what the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, what's going on?
Have you seen my shirt?
Do you not Bangkok Strange?
Dude.
BS life.
Come on, man.
Every day.
Welcome to the BS.
with that being said, guys, I think we will wrap it up.
Thank God it's so much warmer outside. Jesus.
Mike's gonna go lay out in the sun until like I said, we're recording next week's episode at 2:00, and it should be something very special, very fun for you guys that we think you'll all like. Again, do not forget to subscribe to the podcast, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Stitcher,
iHeartRadio, TuneIn,
anywhere you can get podcasts, we're there. And share the YouTube channel with your friends, guys.
Please
help us spread the word, get more subscribers over here. We want to reach as big an audience as possible. If you have topic suggestions, send us an email,
please.
BangkokStrange@gmail.com. We would love to be able to cover your topics. And we're going to start doing, I know you didn't like how short the laptop video was. So as we expand out and start to do our BTS series, we will make them considerably longer.
You got pushback on the 5-minute
Aztec was pissed.
Really?
He's like, I just got finished saying hi to people and it's over.
Because you did because you did premiere.
I premiered it.
You sure you didn't respond and say Mike was not in that video enough? You sure you didn't say that?
No one said that.
Interesting. I would have thought that would have been their main focus, but you never know.
Most people thought you were in it a bit too much.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would have gone the other way. I fucking love you, dude.
But guys, so the spicy sausage Aztec.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good work, Joe. Totally. Ever gives a shit, it's like, yeah, buddy, how you doing with that spicy sausage you got over there on Cowboy?
Salty too, salty. So guys
are
again,
great.
As we start to work on the BTS series, we will expand the length on those, so they'll be more like little mini docs.
And if you've just joined the video, normally Dana doesn't say we're going to extend the length on those. That was just taken out of context.
Already fully extended.
Good man.
My man. All right, guys. Until next time, stay strange.
Peace. Up top.
Boom.
Pew.